So good.
So good. Alrighty,
So good, mate.
I'm all set and ready to rumble and strapped in. Get that seatbelt, lock it in, lock us in. Alright, you ready? You better hold on tight.
Oh.
Oh, you ready to rumble?
You held it too long.
I know, because I was like trying to like hide it, and then you were mouthing it, and then I was like, oh, now to try to match up with that. But anyway, what's up, beardies and beardettes? You're listening to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. Welcome back for another week.
Yeah, boy.
Another week's gone by. It's been a quiet week, but man, I'm always excited.
It is.
All the time. I'm always excited. I've been making content as well, so I'm so
True
keen.
that.
I'm so keen to get more content.
I've
all over
seen
the
your
place.
little baggies.
Yes, my content over there on my YouTube channel, my PickleTube TV YouTube channel. Yes, I've been trying to get more videos up there. I'm trying to get more involved into YouTube again, get back into it, just feel a bit more active, and I'm just trying to feel creative again. So I was just trying to get those flows going, get films.
Yeah, I mean, in this time you have to really, otherwise you sit there bored.
And that's exactly it. So
It's a win-win. You create new content while also having fun.
exactly. So I just don't want things to be going stale and dying because I've got these accounts and stuff. It's like might as well use them, might as well keep them active, post something, do something with them. So my stuff, the flying in, get out of here.
Not again.
I know already. It was all fine. There's a little bug flying in, a little fly. I'm like, oh, dang it.
I
But
thought it
no,
was an
it's-
actual fly. It's just a little bug.
Might have been a fly, might have been a bug. Who knows? Oh, but either way, it's little, it's tiny, and it's annoying. But that's.
I've had that talk for the last month.
Oh god.
My brain just goes there from sauce and everything now.
Dirty. Just everything's dirty.
Yep.
Dirty all the
Everything.
time. I mean, it happens. I mean, it happens on the episodes as it is anyway with the podcast. We always get freaking
Right?
off the chains when we got all the boys in. So, like last week's episode, we had an off-chain episode. That was insane. We had 5-way. We had everyone in, plus a bonus Tanner. That was insane. But hey, it seemed to work. I think it could be a thing that could not always happen, but something that can happen.
Every few months, just bring in Tanner and Juddy, Wookie
That's
all
exactly
at
it.
once.
Or at least we can sort around and work out who come who there. If that makes sense. It
Yeah.
doesn't, but
I wouldn't go much more than 5 though.
I,
Jesus.
I don't think so. No, having a 6-way
I
bar
mean,
would be
four's,
weird.
yeah, 4's the limit, but
I think 5, yeah.
5 works, but not a
5
frequent thing.
on special occasion. I think 5 on special occasion. So, but no, thanks to the boys for coming by for another episode. Muchly appreciate it. I know you're listening, so here to that, boys. Thank you.
It was good. It was fucking good fun.
That was a great episode. We got wild on that one. That was off the chain. So, I've got my drinkies here. As you can see, I got my drinks. These ones I've saved off from last weekend. I'm not drinking those. I'm having a few of these. Mix up a little bit because I thought, hey, why not? It's
You
the
let them
weekend.
go warm, Daz. What are you doing?
They were kind of already warm to begin with. Actually, it's been quite
Oh.
cold in this room though at the same time, so it's not too bad.
Shoey for Daz.
Shuey! It's one of those things, but no. So yeah, it's been,
Just get over it. It's just one of them things.
just do it. We just just happens.
Just quick.
Just happens in the middle of it. So yeah, it's one of those things. I was like, say it's kind of funny. I've been watching Aussie Man reviews and stuff like that, and he did the
Oh no.
going back over his old interviews, and he did the Aussie slang stuff like that, which is pretty funny. Where like catch new was it something Aussie slang? Or, do you know the Aussie slang lingo or something like that? But yeah, it's pretty funny where he's like brings up different things like Shuey and Arvo and Garbo and all those different.
You talk to an American and mention a shoey, they're like, what the hell is a shoey?
Yeah, well, like go for a run or
It's
something.
You put your beer into a shoe and just drink it. I said that to all the American friends and they're like, ew.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, only Australia. You could do a fucking shoey.
that's exactly it. That's
Happens.
crazy.
I mean, it just... Whoever thought of that idea, though? Idiots, but also genius.
They mustn't have like what was that's what I always want to know. Like when the
They must have
like
had a cup or something, just had their shoe and just...
that's what I'm wondering. Was it like was it like
But
were
if
they
you're in a stubby already, just drink out of the
well,
fucking
I'm
stubby.
wondering was it started from like a war thing or like out in the bush kind of thing where like they're all sitting around and someone didn't have everyone had their cup, someone didn't have a cup, and like here's someone's like, I don't have it, he just poured into his shoe and just drank from his shoe. It's like,
no idea.
is that where it originated? Like, where did the shoey originate from? Like,
Yeah,
that's
because they're not that old. Like shoey's only a new thing.
shoey's been around for like a fair while. Like I knew of shoeys when I was a young kid. People talk about shoeys, and lost traction though. It's been gaining more.
It's more popular now than it was for the.
It's a lot more popular nowadays, but it was a thing for a while. So, who knows? Someone decided to do it. Whether it was a clean shoe or dirty shoe.
I had a suggestion because on sauce, people can donate your slippers.
Oh no!
So for every slipper, I'll do a shoey. I'm like, that's a bad idea.
It should be like an estimated amount of slippers. Like every.
No, I said for every one slipper is a damn.
That's what I'm saying though. Like it should be like every 5 or 10 slippers.
I need to buy like a carton just every fucking stream just to keep up with it.
Oh god, that's insane. Yeah, because it's not just pouring in the shoe and drinking it. It's basically pouring the whole thing as much as you can into the shoe and sculling it.
Well, as much as your shoe can hold.
Yeah, and then sculling it down. Like it's basically sculling a beer, but from a shoe. So for those that don't know, anyone that's like underage, which shouldn't be really. I mean, if you listen to the podcast, I mean, we're not really the podcast for you, but hey, thanks for listening.
And I was this and went. I got one.
Oh, that's like that. That'd be the size that the can would fit, like just in that.
I mean, if you want size comparison.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Plot twist. What if you were sneaky? What if it was that sneaky where you're like, gotta do a shoe, and you're like, it could be that dirty and stinky. You're like, so you have a drink already in there, and then you have it cracked, and then like, and you pretend you're holding it. Oh yeah, and you pour it like you get it, and you're like, you're pouring like here, look, I'm pouring it in. So some goes in, and then you go, oh, and then like that, you just shoot drinking from the can instead.
There's too much room in there though to really.
Imagine if you made a shoe specifically for the shoey, so it's designed to be a stubby holder for you.
Well, like just imagine, because this can hold probably 3 beers, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a 3 beer shoey. Oof.
Pretty much, yeah, that's a lot. But most of the time you just crack a beer, and it's like as bad as King's Cup.
Yeah.
Well, King's Cup's different, but King's Cup's the worst. With
King's Cup, you have many drinks in one. I was
just thinking of I'm just thinking of shot and drinks. That's just the next thing of shot and drinks. It's just a mixture, a concoction of whatever people got at the time. Really, what it comes down to.
Right, it's just whatever they drink, and whoever loses puts their drink in.
Still remember that.
No, whoever wins puts their drink in, and the loser drinks it.
Yeah. You do a round, and then you pour it in. You go,
then you do another round or another round too. I
remember
how games played now.
Yeah, you do it like it's all like.
There's so many different ways to play.
There's like card. There's a mixture of well, when you play, it's a mixture of card games and truth and dare and stuff like that. Like it's all a mixture of different things in one. And if you fail at something, then you got to you either got to take the drink.
As soon as you lose, you put your drink in, and then the ultimate loser has to drink.
So it's like
if you concoction of like 6 different fucking beverages.
It's a weird mix. So if you lose at truth or dare, I think it was or whatever it was, you had to pour it in. But then if you wanted a hand of cards, you got to pour your drink in. So you add it for the loser. It's like, what the fuck? Like, it's like, how does it... This is like the most brokenest rule of game. And it always depends, too, per each crowd of people as well.
But everyone plays it, though, like...
It's just insane. Like, and the amount of different cups people use for King's Cup. Like, a mate had the giant bollard steel pole thing that he had made. Like, it was, like, round. But it was like tall as me kind of thing. And you would have to pour it in, and then you would have to have people to help lift it up and shot it. You'd fucking wear half the drink.
I mean, we just used a beer glass, like this massive beer glass.
Which just seems sane and safe. But, like, Jesus Christ. Half the time you end up wearing half.
I would say it's safe.
No, it's not realistically because you're mixing alcohol. But I'd rather mix alcohol in a small portion than a fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends. It turns out how long the game is. Like, it could be only a small amount, could be a big amount.
Well, there's that too. So.
No, it's usually a what you call a table tennis cup, like a like a beer pong cup. You just chuck in.
Have you ever done beer pong King's Cup? No.
Nope.
Oh, that's.
I like beer pong. That's the best drinking game ever.
So there was another time we done that where it was each cup had a different beverage in it, and basically what you would end up doing is you would have to what did we end up doing? It was weird because we ended up like the rules changed halfway through. Because we were taking shots from the cups.
So you actually made it up as you
went. We were going with it, but most of the time too is we had one cup in the middle that had alcohol in it, but then we were pouring the other cup. So when the ball ended, we pour that alcohol into the center cup, Yeah, no, that's what we did. That's what we did. Now I can't vaguely remember. So at first we were like, because I guess the rules were being mixed. So we drank. Some of us were drinking them, but we had the one cup of alcohol in the middle, and we were pouring the different ones from the outside when it landed into the middle. So if you happen to get it in the middle cup, depending on what level it was, you drink whatever was in there at that time. But if your goal was to try and get all the outer ones to keep pouring, making them pour it into their middle one. So then it was mixed up. So and then actually, if you got into the middle, and then everything was in the middle, and then I had to drink that. So
it sucks when you mix many drinks because it just doesn't taste nice at all. I mean, it depends because someone could have a lager, next person has a whiskey, and then the next person has a cider.
Oh, dude, we were foul. We had our cups. We had vodka, whiskey, bourbon, rum. One had orange juice in it, and one had just lemonade in it as well because they're all mixers and stuff as well. So yeah, you when you're doing, you hope that the person gets the middle cup first because then you're safe because that's out the way. Then there's no mixing after that. So if you take the mixer cup out first, then it's to say you're just drinking individual.
Then you just shot all your
as you go. Which is safer than having it all mixed in concoction.
I play beer pong now.
Yeah.
you know what we should do? Welcome to Queensland. We should do a podcast with beer pong.
Oh, we'll have fun.
Podcast each end of the thing and just
have it set.
Play beer
have it set up like widescreen. Have it set up widescreen and it's the whole table, and me and you sitting at either end, and we have to have extra cameras.
We'll have the two cameras at each end,
so I can cut it each time when I need to cut to us. That'd be a lot of editing, but hey, it'll be worth it.
The two cameras. We'll have the freaking GoPros on our heads.
First person. Oh, dude, that'd be great. Like, that'd be worth the editing, honestly.
First person, like.
Dude, that would be worth. Like, I would spend that. I'd spend like whatever time I need to edit it.
Podcast beer pong.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised.
GoPros on our chest. Like, is that a first?
I mean, I'd do the. I would happily spend time editing.
We can't say too much. People might do it.
Yeah, they might. Oh. I'm getting all gassy now because I'm drinking a lot of Coke. Oh, my stomach's hating me for it.
You did choose it.
I know I did. I wanted something different for a change besides beer, so.
It should have went lemonade, bro.
Lemonade. I was looking at dry stuff and I was like, do I want dry?
Pepsi.
Well, it's mixed, so. I can't choose.
You just buy Bundy and then Pepsi or lemonade or. That's how I do it now. I don't buy premix. It's fucking expensive.
I know. Well, they actually did have a decent price for a not the small.
Bottle was like $30, $40.
Not this size. It was like because you can get your little bottles like these. They're my Buckeye Steel.
they're not worth it.
No, it was I think it was like double the size of this, like the next size up in the Bundy.
Oh damn! It's like what 400 mils?
Yeah, it was like the big one of this, and it was only $15. Yeah, for the double size of one of these sizes, the little travel size.
How much is in that?
This
like
one here, this is 150. So yeah, so I think it was double size of that. So it might have been a 300, 400. But yeah,
that's not bad for 15.
Yeah, I was like,
because they're usually like $19, $20 for one of them.
What's the size of a giant bottle? Is it a liter?
750 mils.
700 mils for a tall bottle of one of these.
Oh, 700.
So if you think if it was like at least even if it's 300, because double the size. So if you think it's 300. Two of that 600, 15. That's $30. A bottle of rum anyway is like $40.
Kind of breaks even, really. When
so
you
pay a little bit.
A little bit.
Getting some weird ASMR sounds for this episode.
I mean, you'll be a little bit cheaper, but then again, it's only certain things you can get with them, though.
Yeah,
Just the one type of. But I'm like. It's cheap. You get a couple of bottles for $80 to say, because you get a carton of Bundy like that. That's $100 odd.
Well, these were $22 at the moment for a 6-pack.
That's what I mean. You can drink like a full carton out of a bottle, really.
Because when I was looking
responsibly with your one shot per drink.
So
which no one ever does.
It's so tiny. Like you actually get the cup and you pour it in, and it ends up being like that high in your cup because your cup's like a decent.
Because you're meant to use a 250 ml or whatever the cans are. Whatever. How much are they? Like 300 mils nearly.
375 ml can.
Oh, 375.
One shot for this size kind of thing.
Yeah, well, they're bigger than normal, right? Them ones. No.
I think so. Was it though?
Because when you think you can, because out of a bottle. What are we talking about? This. You can get smashed off a bottle easy.
Oh yeah.
And with a 6-pack, you get a bit merry.
Gonna be merry. Aim for it.
I like I said, just spend your extra $20, get a freaking bottle.
But
Last year, easy.
oh, it can. The only reason
If you pace it.
well, no, that's why I don't buy them because I'm more eager to go through it a lot quicker.
Yeah, because I remember it was someone's birthday or something. I was like, oh, I got all these fucking bottles. By the end of the night, I was like putting that much fucking alcohol in a cup. I'm like, whoops. So I was like, yeah.
But no, for the value of the price,
Drinks anyone?
was actually a lot better for this because it was $22 for a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Where it was $21 for the 3 tallies. And you got more alcohol and soda out of this because it was because they're 3 600 mils, and then these are 6 375. So there's actually more drink for your value in these. So
oh yeah,
I was like, well, I'll buy a 6-pack because it's spending an extra dollar and I'm getting more out of it
pretty cheap. It's in the $38, I think,
for a bottle.
It used to be when I was working in the thing. Hey,
for the actual bottle, yeah,
it's like 35 to $40,
something like that. I'm hearing there like
fucking cheap when you think about it.
Well, that's why I was like coming home because I was like, do I get whiskey? Because I was looking at because I got the Jack Daniel Tolly cans.
I mean, rum goes down well.
Because I was like, that Jack Daniel Tolly
well.
cans because they're the 500 ml Tolly cans. They were in the 3 for 21. I was like, oh, do I get Jack Daniels or do I get? And I was like, do I get Canadian Club? And I was like, I don't really feel like Canadian. And I was like,
Jack's near like $30 a 4-pack.
Well, that's exactly it. So I was like, that's not too bad. Three
like
cans.
$24 for a 4. I'm like, nope, never.
But yeah, 500 ml cans. They weren't too bad for $21. So.
Oh fuck no! That reminds me of the Woodstock Tallies, like the one that come in that big freaking long.
Oh, the long 8-10 pack.
No, the long 6-pack or 8-pack.
Oh, the 8-pack.
It's like they all stand up in a row.
The tallies, yeah.
I don't know, but they're fucking massive. They're like 8 or 10% alcohol per can. You need one of them and you're done.
I think they were the
Just
the
6 or 8
4-pack.
pack of that and you're blotto.
They're the 4-packs, if I'm correct, of the top big cans.
No, these are the other ones. They're like
bottles?
a gold Woodstock.
The cans, aren't they?
No, they're like in a 6-pack, I think. They're just standing up in a big line. They're in a cardboard thing. They're like 11% each or something. It's crazy.
I thought that might have been the 4-pack. That could have been the 6-pack.
I think it's 6. It's either 6 or 8. Could be 4. I don't know. I don't think
things only come in 4, 6, and then a 10-pack. Never 8.
You know, it's Woodstock. They go against everything.
I used to like Woodstock. I haven't drunk Woodstock in a while because it's like the cheap stuff. It is good though, but it's the cheap stuff.
I mean, it is cheap, but it also fucking smacks you around.
Yeah.
Like them 11 tallies.
So yeah, so I was humming hard and ended up going with the rum in the end. So I was like, I'll get some.
Hey, you can't beat fucking rum. Either that or Captain Morgan. Ooh.
No, I'm always a sucker for Captain Morgan. That's why I've got so many bottles
That
of
or
those.
Southern Comfort.
I haven't had Southern Comfort for a long time, actually.
That goes down so well. I had it with creaming soda.
But yeah.
However, soda drinking. Let's go.
Yo, we're just talking about booze. I got we got some stuff here. There isn't much. I don't know what news you've got. I've got a little bit of news topics to talk about. This was actually pretty funny. I thought I'd bring up first. This was actually kind of funny. So I was randomly browsing through my phone the other day. Like I wasn't even looking for news. I don't even know how I was doing. It just popped up, and I was like, "What the hell is this story?" I'm like, "There's no way this is real," but apparently it is, and it's actually kind of funny. So I don't think you would have come across it because it's just there's no algorithm in line to bring it up.
Random as hell.
It just it popped up. Like, there's no relevant anything to why it came up. But the article headline was "Gamer survives stabbing thanks to the Witcher card game Gwent."
Okay.
So basically, that was the headline for the article. So basically, what had happened was, I guess, a guy. I think he was being mugged or something was going on. The article was very weird, but he was basically being robbed, whatever, with a knife, and he got stabbed. And the guy stabbed him, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And then I guess he must have ran off, whatever. And he's like, he freaked because I guess he was stabbed, and then dude would have freaked out.
Probably been stabbed and just
And then, and then he was like, oh, God, and, adrenaline, I guess, and he's freaking out. And he's, like, checking himself, and he wasn't bleeding, and then he looks down, and it's like, what the hell? And then he looks,
No.
and it's a
No.
card deck of Gwent was in his pocket, or whatever it was, and it, like, the knife had stabbed that, and it stopped, it didn't go all the whole way through, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like something from, like, a movie or something, and I'm like, what?
That's like when you get the people with their
Bibles
cigarette
or
lighters in their
lighters.
pocket, and it goes ting.
Yeah.
Or a fucking Bible in their pocket, like.
Yeah, but like, but what got me was like, who's buying a card game of Gwent as well? I'm like, I didn't realize people actually physically bought Gwent. Like,
Out of all cards, I thought it would have been Magic.
like Magic,
That
but
saved
like,
someone's life.
but Gwent though, like, who is physically playing Gwent? Like,
It's a thing. It must be America.
well, I mean, people are getting stabbed, so
Every stabbed here all the fucking time.
it's definitely more of an America thing. I feel like people just getting robbed and shit.
Yeah, but people get stabbed here all the fucking time. You just don't hear about it.
No, you don't. People don't get stabbed too much. Oh, that was like that a while back when they wanted people to hand in their knives. Did you hear? I think it was in New South Wales or something like that. Did you hear about
Yeah.
that when they wanted people to hand over their knives? I'm like, what? That makes no sense. Like, I could understand the whole gun control thing back in the day when Australia did it because like people had guns, so it makes sense to hey, bring in your guns. But like, bring in your knives. Like, how are you gonna stop people from bringing in knives? People need to buy knives. Like, you need knives to eat, like to cook with. Like, how are you?
No, they meant like your butterfly knives and everything, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know what
switchblades and.
Well, that's what they're talking about, but like that's understandable because no one really needs switchblade stuff. But like when they like cached all the knives that then stuff that people handed in, it was all kitchen knives, like actual like cutting knives and stuff like that, like old kitchen knives and stuff people must have been using for robbing and stuff. But the funniest thing was with like there's all proper kitchen knives. I'm like, there's no pocket knives, no Stanley knives, no nothing like that, which would be the things that people should be handing in if they're robbing people. But you got to think that at the same time, criminals aren't going to be like, oh, I'm going to hand over my knives. Like, why?
If you're gonna go walk into someone's house anyway, you got to get stabbed with a butter knife, a spoon, a fork, a teaspoon, a soup spoon.
Well, that was even the funny thing
Anything.
with that article when they showed that people handed in their knives and stuff. Then they had the whole sheet later of what people had threw in. People had also chucked in spoons as well. And then everyone, I guess, because it was the whole joke where it's like you've played knifey spoony before, so everyone started memeing on it, like, "Hi, I see you've played a game of knifey spoony before." There's like big spoons, and in the photo, I can't remember if we come across. It was ages ago. This is months back. This was, but even in the thing, it had like a spaghetti strainer like spoon thing as well. A little those little
One of the spiky.
those spoons, those plastic spoons. Someone had handed one of those in as well with the thing. The whole photo had knives, like different knives, spoons, and then one of those. It's just like, what? What the hell's going on? Like, how it's plastic. I mean, I can understand if you like snapped it and you're like, ha, I'm gonna stab you now. But it's like, what? People are just like,
I don't get everything can be done like that.
Oh,
You get a pool cue, stab someone. You can get a table, a little kid's table, snap it, stab someone. Like
exactly it.
It's
just but all the spoon, like the memes, people trolling for the memes.
You can't take away the violent stuff from people because there's always something. Like I can use this pen and kill someone.
Exactly. You can do
Really.
it.
Even, I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but I could use my damn musical instrument part and just whack someone just dead.
Yeah.
Like, ow.
If you anything can be used. Like, it makes no sense.
Just if there's a will, there's a way.
But it's just funny how like people aren't willingly going to hand over their knives because you need knives. Like guns, I could understand because if you were to go around and check people's houses, you'd easily find guns. Like it's understandable. Like
also guns, you can't defend yourself against. If someone's a good shot, they're going to hit you no matter what.
Exactly.
A knife, you can fight back.
Pull out your spoon. I see you've played a game of knife fish spooning before. But
it's
besides,
just like I don't get
jokes,
like if you've got a knife, they've got to get close enough to use it.
Yeah, unless they throw it and they're a good throw.
Even then, it would most likely bounce off you unless they're like a.
You can dodge it. You got time to dodge the knife.
Yeah, because by the time they line it up and then they chuck it, you can just be gone.
I've trained my whole life for this. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
But he doesn't give him 5 minutes. Goes,
He just-
deny the ball. Boom.
He just knocks him the fucking.
Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice.
But speaking of jokes with that too, I was going to bring up too. A lot of people have been bringing up as well. The census has been going around as well lately.
Yeah,
the census is going out.
Week.
So people are still getting the census, still coming out. And a lot of the thing is the big thing that people are trying to get awareness to is for people that think it's funny to put down things on the census, don't, because especially for religions, anything that's classified in there as a religion classifies the religion and keeps giving funding to the religion, to religious causes.
Right.
Religion and politics shouldn't be a thing. I don't like to get into that stuff, but like it makes sense though, because there's people going around going, my religion's the Jedi religion, and my religion's the religion of Pud, and all that kind of stuff. And people are like, I'm going to put that down on my census. It's like the more you put joking things down on the census, the more you're getting into these things and creating these problems where churches don't have to pay taxes for shit. So, they need to start paying for their court as well. Like if everyone else pay for things, they can pay for things.
Thing, Dale's the Church of Pud.
I am the Church of Pud. So, if you are going to be putting that down, I expect my calls and text-free nonsense.
Yeah, cue the custard.
Go for a little bit of pud.
Actually, a little thing, just fucking triggered it. Just.
He didn't say anything there about custard.
God. I'm sure some people that says, "Here, watch this."
That's so good.
People fucking love it until they vomit, and it's just like, ew. It comes out of nowhere. It's just like, so funny. That does happen.
Did I know?
Like if you eat just a little bit too much, and if you go to burp, just say you burp.
I've been there. I've been there where I've eaten too much and I didn't even need to burp. I was just there talking and it just came out because it's like, hey, no, we're done. You don't even need to burp or anything. It's just like, nah, fuck you. It's coming out. It's like, oh, I'm full.
Was. Oh my God. Have a conversation. It's like, fuck.
You'd be like, oh, custard.
I come to fucking steak. Comes out in like bite-sized chunks. Like, yeah, good.
Full. Yeah, good.
A fool. We know you're a fool, but God.
My God.
Or you do a fucking Team of America. You drink too much fucking whiskey or something.
Yeah, they're like, just throwing up everywhere.
I'll watch that again Monday.
My God.
I'm trying to think of that South Park deal though.
No, that's still pretty good.
It's crazy. It's 900 million for like another 6 seasons, 14 movies, and a game. Like, oof.
That's so much they can make. That's so much. I'm surprised it's still going.
I thought it ended like years ago.
It's insane how long that's been going for. Like, oh my God. What do you do?
Years of South Park. 30
Something
seasons.
Like that. Like,
no, not 30 years, but like 30 seasons.
Yeah.
Is that 30 years? The 90s. I mean, it makes sense.
Well, most probably that's what they're getting at. 30 season total, because you got to think when it started, and that means it's still going up to that. So if there's a season a year, then it will be 30 years.
It's season 24 now, I think. 24, 25. So it's 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like late 90s.
All those movies, though. That's a lot of movies, though, still.
Yeah, but they're straight to their movies. Like, it's probably like an hour-long movie or something.
Still, that's a lot, though, to think, like...
That is.
Like, that's... heaps. That's like compared to like how many seasons left to film.
14 fucking movies.
Well, there's how many seasons? 6 seasons left.
5 or 6.
So that would roughly be 2 movies a season.
Yeah, which if it's like an hour and a half episode, which they count as a movie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's crazy.
I mean. That's a lot.
Where do they get all the ideas for these next seasons and that from? Like, because just think, they've been renewed now. Have they already got the ideas? Are they writing that now? Like,
That's what I mean. It's crazy.
backlog for how long? And just like, we can use this.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, is
Like,
there jokes that they've had there that they wanted to do, which didn't feel right for that narrative for that season that they've held off that they've got for these seasons coming? All those jokes that they wanted to
they've probably
try,
already
but
got more written, or the episode's already
backlogged
written.
stuff. Like, it's just things that were there, and like, oh, let's come back over.
Unless it's future episode. Like, yeah, but 5 years is a long time. A lot can happen, like, episode-wise in 5 years.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Who knows?
Who knows what could happen?
I'm keen. I haven't seen South Park since I was a kid, but
I know I'm behind on a few seasons. I really need to
I'm behind
catch
like
up.
20 of them.
Something like
It is what it is. Like, you can't watch everything, so the hell did you?
I think it's from leaning on the chair armrest. Yeah.
Put him up. Wow, fuck.
Put him up. Put him up, big boy.
Fucking bang. Punch the fucking
What else?
mic.
So the first episode of What If has dropped.
Yes.
Captain Carter. So the episode run for about 30 minutes.
I haven't seen it.
Which wasn't too bad. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little twist on things. So it's I won't get into it, but the main thing is Peggy Carter, and the thing as well. So it's a hybrid with the alternate universe. It's a hybrid between Captain America and Captain Britain. So he's another hero as well. So they kind of combine in the sense as well, combining them two together to use Peggy as the collab between two of them. Somewhere in an alternate universe. So
Touché.
it's one of those things. It's just all
Whatever they want to. Well, it makes sense why it's animated then.
the multiverse is split open now. So with everything that's been going, so they can do whatever the hell they want now. It doesn't have to make sense anymore. So that's why What If fits perfectly into the whole line of things with
That's
the
why I'm
multiverse.
done with Marvel. Really, I can't
done
care
with
less. Oh, man, I mean, I'll still watch some of the movies. That's about it.
I mean, it's going to be pretty good now because we can have all kinds of crossovers and stuff now. Like, there's no hold bar. It makes sense for a lot of the crossovers now, so it'll be easier to tie everything in. Like, relevant.
Well, that's what Phase 4 is. Phase 4 is the end of it, I think. So,
There'll be
we'll still
Phase
see what
4.
happens.
I think they're doing a Phase 5 as well, so
yeah, that's when all the new ones and
it's
I'm
basically
done,
properly
I'm done there. I'm cutting off.
passing over the mantle to the next generation. I think that's what the go is.
Yeah, well, I've found out this week that Scarlett Johansson got fired and she's blacklisted from Marvel. I'm like, ooh,
Yes.
that's got to hurt him in the long run now.
So yeah, there's a lot that come up following up from last week's episode,
Not
which
really,
we
'cause
talked
he
about
died
that.
in the thing, so
Well, that's exactly it. So I think what could have been at that is there could have been points because of the multiverse she could have come back. But hey, now
but
you got
not
multiverse.
now.
They can use anyone now. Like, it doesn't have to be her with the multiverse.
yeah, but
now.
people want her.
So it's a court case that's still going on because there's been a lot going on with it. The Disney's been trying to spin it at the moment as well, and trying to get like we had talked about. I think it was last episode or episode before.
Whatever they did was wrong. So
Well, that's exactly it. They're being dirty about it too because they've been doing that take on it where we were talking about it, and it's like, well, it shouldn't really matter because she's got money anyway, and they've been spinning that angle on her to the
doesn't mean shit.
Yeah,
She signed
exactly.
a contract
And that's exactly it. So they're spinning
from them who said this, and they're like, nope.
Yeah, so that's what she's trying to fight for because they pushed it the same day.
She's gonna win it.
Oh yeah, because they pushed it the same day to the streaming services as it was hitting theaters. So they did it dirty straight up. And they're like, oh, you're trying to put people at risk and rada. It's like there was clearly places that were safe free that people could go to the theaters and watched it at. They could
There's
have
still
watched
plenty
it.
of theaters about.
Like there's still. Like, and then they'd been trying to spit going now. Disney's been trying to spit, you're not thinking of the safety of the public. We're trying to think of the safety of the public. And that's exactly it. You can wear masks going to theaters. And so Disney's done a double back on it and being really narky about it. So it's kind of one of those, hey, avoid.
Which makes them look bad and people won't want to go there. Like, they'll be like, they're going to do this to me? Like...
And that's exactly it because they've done the, basically thrown her on the bus, pushed it to their service over theaters, now coming out and stating that that is she endangering? You know, you need to think of the public. Are you trying to endanger people's health and safety?
That's on the public, not her.
Yeah, that's exactly, it's their choice, and that's what people are trying to state.
It's on the
And just
public,
you know, you shouldn't be thinking of the people. It's like, well, no, you're just doing this on purpose so that you take the money revenue, and I get nothing. And then they've been playing the card like, and this is from Disney themselves apparently been coming out going, you don't need the money. You've got $20 million over your career. Like, you don't need. It's like, that's not the point. She signed a contract for you to produce a movie.
From doing the movie, like that's hers.
Like, she owns extra money, the revenue from this. Like, that was the point of signing a contract to make her executive producer and stuff for this film.
So when's the Emma Stone one going to happen? Because that's going to come straight after.
It's something like that. So and it's not just it's not just one person. It's two people, and there's possibly other stories.
There's probably way more than that.
So there's a lot going on.
As soon as one or two speak out.
Because they're trying to throw her under the bus using that reference of, you make enough money from your career anyway. You don't need the change from this.
That's never a point.
No, but what they're trying to get at is trying to use it so that when they go to court for a jury, the simple people like our simple people that earn a minimum wage.
We have more sense than...
We have the sense. But, like, say for the normal folk that go and watch a movie and they see a big actor, you go think, they're fine, they're an actor, they've got $1 million, they get heaps of money, they don't need more money. Shit. That's exactly it. And they're trying to, and this is Disney trying to play that card, being like, she's got $20 million, she'll be fine to try and windle the simple folk that go to the court.
It won't work, because they have to discuss it, and there's smart people in there.
Exactly. They're trying to manipulate it so people think, she's got enough money, she doesn't need more money from Disney. And that's dirty for Disney being like that. Disney shouldn't be like that. That's the wrong way of doing it because they just want more money, and that's a wrong way to have an actress as part of a franchise you've had for the last God knows how long. Like, who's doing this? Like, is this Kevin Feige? Like, Kevin Feige, what the fuck are you doing?
I reckon it would.
Why aren't you standing up for this? Like, he's not.
He'll be a part of it.
That's what I mean. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing to everyone? Like, why are you shafting people? Like, and I guess she's died. I guess they don't really care at the same time because like you did anyway. We're gonna bring it back, but. Yeah, anything Disney related, like it didn't have to be just this, like it could be anything, but she's done with them anyway herself. Like the fact that they screwed her over.
So same as Emma Stone to be blacklisted next, and
I feel like it's one of those situations where it's like if you were to like go to your boss saying like I'm quitting, and it's like no you're fired. It's like no I quit. It's like no you're not quit. I fired you. It's like you can't fire me. I already quit. It's like one of those kind of situations. I feel like it's just like we're gonna fire you first and blacklist you first.
Dirty this way because. She's losing a lot of money over something so simple.
Well, I think the thing is too is if
don't release it on streaming services.
Yeah,
that was the thing. Until like 3 months later or something.
A month later or something like that. It was meant to be like
which is not long.
No, just wait. But they're like, but the pandemic and people
still would have bought it.
It's stupid. Like it's annoying that situation too because like I don't want to support these things, but at the same time I'm stuck supporting it. It really sucks because I
told you how many months ago about
it's these Disney. Certain situations now. It's just like what the fuck. It's so hard because like you want to keep watching these things. It's good.
Things are getting out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're trying to do way too much, and they're probably over promising, and they're just like, And
see if it was a streaming, if it was designed from the get go as a streaming movie. Designed for streaming, and they've written up in the contract that she would get revenue from streaming, it would have been fine. But because the contract was you're getting revenue from theater release, and then we're going to have our revenue from streaming release, and then it's like, oh no, let's just happen to launch the thing now.
It's because no one went to the movies. They stayed at home and watched it. That's where they fucked up. And she's pissed.
Exactly, and then same thing again. Same thing happened with Cruella. So
the same thing happened with Suicide Squad.
Yes, Suicide Squad got released straight up on
HBO
Max.
That's supposedly tanking at the cinemas, but doing good on streaming. So I'm like, you're still winning either way.
Well, for them, I mean, they didn't have any like the actors being executive producers to gain profit. It was them either way. So,
no, but still, like they get more from the theaters than what streaming.
Well, when they do that, though, it's doing the theater industry in. It's ruining the theatre industry because the theatre industry is not getting the business. It's like, do you think they pay for the loan lease? The company pays for the loan lease to portray, like to have the movie play at their theatres, but then no one comes to the theatres to watch that movie, and then they're losing money because they paid, $10,000 to get the movie in theatres because they're going to make so much back.
$1 million, really, for something like that.
Exactly it, and then they push it out to all the different theatres, and then they have it up there, boom, done. And it's one of those things that it's like, what the fuck, like
streaming is going to kill everything. Like it's just, it's good, but it's also not everything is going to be fucking streamed.
And that's just
Not
the way we're
every
going.
movie now has got to be streamed. You can still go to the fucking theaters.
And it's the experience as well, going to
People
theaters.
do
Personally.
want to go there again. Like people do want to go to.
People like the experience. People like that because not everyone has big screens at home. They want to go see a big screen, sit on a nice comfy chair, sit in the dark,
With
actually
the full
unwind.
surround sound,
You know,
the fucking
go out on a
the
date or
ambience of
something.
everything.
Exactly, the ambience, surround
But-
sound. You can't always have that at home. Like, that's one of those
It's
things.
fucking expensive.
So it's one of those things, and yeah, exactly. Like, if you're gonna have, I think it's definitely dirty for Disney because they had actors put in listing as executive producers. If you're gonna do that, you need to pay them responsibly.
Oh yeah,
Not just cut them dirty.
Even
Unless
just follow the contract from A to B.
if it's straight just Disney themselves and they already had their executive, proper people that were going to do it with and they were budgeted fine, that's fine. But the fact that they went a different route and they were supposed to earn revenue and they
Because
basically cut them a
Scarlett would
revenue.
have put her own money into that movie. Like
Basically, yeah.
she would have paid all the people in it, and
Yeah, the
Well, not
budgeting
all
and
of
stuff,
them,
and
but,
she's
like,
supposed to
some
make
of
the
them.
revenue back. That's the point. Like,
which didn't happen
it's just
because
fucked.
it tanked the cinemas because streaming. So that's why I'm not supporting Disney because
It's a hard market,
now they're fucking people over. So
and it's hard too because there's a lot of good stuff to watch. And it's like, do you watch them on Disney Plus, which you pay for that, or then you wait for them to come out on DVD and Blu-ray, but then you're buying it and that. It's just like, well, you
I prefer to buy it because
I mean, at least you own it that way and you've got it forever.
instead of paying $40 to watch it once.
Oh well, yeah, it depends on how many times you want to watch it.
Yeah, but how many times? My God, how many times are you gonna watch it on the streaming service though? Probably
Yes.
once,
Well, that's exactly it.
twice.
I mean, it worked. It worked for us. Like they bought they hired it. Well, they paid for it. A bunch of them watched it, and they gave me the account, and I watched it on that as well. So,
Yeah.
like, I didn't have to pay for it myself, but it was on the streaming service. I was like, hey, I'll do it that way because it was easier to do that because it couldn't go out. Like that was the thing. But that's
I
exactly
don't
it.
know,
Like
I just
it's,
prefer just for a new movie. Don't put on streaming services unless that doesn't go to the movies. Like
well, that's why
Right.
now it kind of makes sense. Because remember how back in the day when they used to do films that said in theaters only.
yeah,
It's like-
because streaming
was-
wasn't a thing.
Well, back then it was kind of funny when they said in theaters only because I'm like, well, where else was the movie going? Of course it's going to theaters. Like that's where all movies went was theaters basically, and you had to
Not
wait
all of them.
and then you had to wait for them to come out on
Because
DVD
you had
later.
them direct to DVD shitty ones. This is like
Well-
straight to DVD. Like, what is this? When
Well,
did this
that's
come
what,
out?
that's what I mean though. Like you already knew then they were coming direct to DVD because it made sense going direct to DVD. That made sense. But like when you had a new release big budget movie and they'd be like in theaters only, I'm like, well, no shit. Like, were they going to end up in my pocket or something? Like, of course it's going to be in theaters. Like, when they first said like Iron Man
No,
coming
they're
to,
just trying to appeal to the broad public. Like, you can only watch it here.
Like nowadays, I can kind of understand
Which-
that being more of a statement when it's like Free Guy, because that's in theaters. That's just come out, and like that makes sense being like in theaters only because we have
that on
streaming
streaming
services
as well,
now.
though?
No, it's not.
See, that's what. How come they can do it, but Disney can't?
Exactly. So it's one of those things. And the
Just
funny
'cause
thing
they're not a
is,
streaming service doesn't mean they have to fucking put it on there.
and the thing
straight
is
away.
too, it's run under by Disney anyway. They own the thing that released that movie anyway.
Doesn't mean like they
But
put
it's
that
not
in theaters,
But that's
like,
exclusively in theaters. So I don't know. It's
I
very
don't get
weird.
how their what is it management works. Like I don't get how they who gives the all clear to this.
Free Guy was a good movie though, by the way.
Oh, did you actually watch it?
Yeah, sorry. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
A lot of decent video game references and a few other references Disney based.
Jacksepticeye's in there.
Yeah, you got Laserbeam, Jacksepticeye. There's what's the other one I hate? Not the other one I hate, but the one I actually hate. That streamer, one of the streamers I hate, and then there's Ninja.
Who the hell do you hate that streams?
Oh, there's Ninja. I don't really like Ninja. He was in there. A few different streamers. Well, there's a few different Easter eggs that I really like that they did like solid like references to, which is pretty cool. No, I don't want to spoil it though. Some pretty solid ones. So keep for those that are listening and you haven't seen it yet, keep an eye out when you go see it. There's a lot of different Easter eggs around the screen. Especially you'll see a few vehicles. A few vehicles. I'll give you a little nod there. Little vehicles. Keep an eye on those. There's a few
That's why
solid
you watch it when
references
you get
there.
home, because you can pause it, you can rewind, you can do this, that, blah, blah, blah. Watch it like
So-
10 times.
So when you go there, there's one specific vehicle you'll notice that stands out all as hell. You'll know which franchise it's from. Hey?
Is it Dr. Eggman? Kind of
No.
like that? Like
No,
a,
there's-
I'll make it like that.
There's a vehicle from a certain franchise. I mean, nothing.
I don't see anything you pointed at.
There's from that certain franchise.
Halo,
A vehicle from a certain franchise.
the Warthog. What are you pointing at? There's like two things
Yeah,
there.
it's Halo. It's my Halo. It's my Halo shelf. It's my Halo shelf.
It was like in between. I'm like, what is that?
There's a certain vehicle from Halo that appears in.
Oh, is it a flying vehicle? Is it a Banshee?
Should I say it?
I just say it.
So there's a Scorpion tank.
Oh, the big fucking tank thing.
Yeah. You see it
Not
just
really a spoiler though.
you see it just rolling down the street.
People, only Halo fans would really get it.
Yeah. So slight little Easter egg spoiler there. There's the Easter egg. If you see it, you'll see it.
I probably wouldn't have clicked.
No,
Tank.
I was watching it and I was like, wait a second, it's just rolling down the street in the background. You see it brrr, just rolling along. And I'm like, wait a second, I know that tank.
But how would that get in there? I mean, it makes sense because he's a video game character. He's an NPC. But like Halo in there,
Yeah, it's just a Halo tank driving along. They don't have that. It doesn't have like any of the licensing stuff on it, but you know it's a Halo tank. Like it's exact model. They
because
just
of the
over.
shape.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
It would
Everything's.
be funny if they had a red or a blue guy on there just like going hard off the side.
But there's another scene in there. There's I don't the scene because there has been a scene that has been circulating on the internet as well, which shows one of the bigger parts.
No.
Of the
seen it.
scene. Should
I'm saying,
I
I'm
mention
staying
some?
away.
Well, okay. There's scenes in the movie. I'll mention some of the. Should I mention some of the franchises that you may spot in the movie? Do you reckon I should bring that up? Some of the franchises.
Is it spoilery?
Not really. They're little Easter eggs you'll see along the way. So some of the Easter eggs I saw that stood out. I mean, it may have been in one scene, but there are franchises references to, of course, Fortnite. You'll see there's a Marvel reference, a Star Wars reference. There's
Disney's involved.
There's a few Half-Life references.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a few Valve related video game references in there.
Oh, sorry, Left 4 Dead, Half-Life.
Portal, stuff like that. There's a few of those general, which is interesting. Valve, out of all things, to have a few references in there.
Yeah, well, they're big in gaming, so
And I can understand Fortnite. It was kind of cool.
they're like the big gamers and big devs before big devs.
So there's a few other references in there as well. That's like it is a big, like, there is a lot, of course. Main stereotype of the movie itself is very GTA. There's a lot of that goes on in the movie as well. Very, very GTA-esque. But definitely, like, after watching it, it is very much a bit of, like, the whole movie premise is a bit of, like, the Lego movie, like, the concept of, like, you know the Lego movie where it's, like, everyone's unique, everyone's, like, everything, that kind of, but they had the set routine. It's kind of like that concept of the Lego movie, and then that one guy's the chosen one kind of thing.
It's
like...
So it's pretty much a Lego movie for gamers.
So it's the Lego movie, but then it's like if you mix it with Wreck-It Ralph, but then like because it's being video games, so it's like the concept of kind of like the Lego movie, but then because it's in a video game, it's like Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph in real person.
And then it's kind of, but then you've got real people in there as well that come by because they're playing the game, and it's kind of like Ready Player One. So it's a bit of.
So it is Wreck-It Ralph pretty much because when they get played.
The characters have their own minds, so the NPCs have their own minds. I guess they're the same kind of
Wreck-It Ralph.
which is Wreck-It Ralph. But then it's like the concept of like the chosen one, which is like the Lego movie, and then the sense that the players interact
bunch
with
of
it.
like Disney kind of things all in one.
Kind of almost like that.
Like that's more like Pixar, to be fair.
Yeah, or like Space Jam or something like that, where they're all licensed characters. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, but that was bad.
So it's a mix of that, and then of course Ready Player One because players are playing their characters, and it's kind of funny they do make a bunch of stream references, even though they have streamers in there as well. So there's a lot of those in there, and
Hence Ninja and that.
yeah, there's an actor in there as well. I didn't expect I was going to see in the movie because I don't remember seeing him in the trailer, but
Yeah, well, how old is this movie? It's meant to be out, what, 2 years ago?
something like that. They've been working on it, delaying it, working on it, delaying it.
The COVID, I think.
But it makes sense though that they held a. But this thing though, the delays are done right compared to Space Jam. I did like Space Jam. I'll bring that up again. So Space Jam 2 is very dated. There's a lot of stuff that in the film that is very dated. But where Free Guy, on the other hand, worked right with keeping it delayed so that they had their references very relatable to kind of now.
Because that's more real than what Space Jam
Where
is.
Space Jam had, like, you can see it was very dated to a lot of old references and try to be very new at the same time, and there's just too much going on, whereas there's, like, 90s, 2000 references and then, like, today's, like, 2020 references and stuff like that. It's just like, what are you doing? There's, like, a big identity crisis going on there, but Free Guy definitely, like, had a lot going there, so... I don't think I really spoiled anything, so at least that's the base premise of everything.
Yeah.
So. So,
I'm keen to watch it.
definitely a good movie. By all means, definitely a good movie. And like I said, it definitely had like a bit of vibe from everything. Like I said, a bit of Wreck-It Ralph, a bit of Lego Movie, and a bit of I don't know. It's kind of like each layer had like, I guess the movie had like 3 layers, and that's why I feel like it resonates with those 3 movies, like Ready Player One, and then
Because definitely got Wreck-It Ralph in there.
I don't.
Like they're being played by other people. Like that's like the second Wreck-It. Oh, was it in the first? I haven't seen the
Something
first
like
one.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool though. It's got these different layers, and it's. I mean, it's almost kind of like a family film. Like, it's not overly violent.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
So
That's not Deadpool.
Which it's kind of funny though, because it does have very Deadpool-esque moments being Ryan Reynolds. Like, it really has that vibe to a point where there's especially I'd say only to the point where he has the monologue like over narration through the movie.
Oh, fuck, that's getting old quick.
It's just very him.
He did that in Blade 3 as well.
I know. It's just like I feel like every time it comes to Ryan Reynolds doing these things and moves, I'm like, this is just another Deadpool movie. So.
Yeah, well, Deadpool 3, I think's being filmed next year, so
that's gonna be new one
next year could be out.
Oh yeah, there's that. But
because I didn't realize how quick films are now. Like, they're filmed in 3 to 6 months, and they're out just after that. Like, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, pretty much. But no, so
I mean, it could be 2022, 23 for it to come out, but it's being filmed
like
possibly next year, and it's part of the MCU, hopefully. So
yeah, no, it should be now. It's all the
well, they're
movies.
still not confirming. They said it could be, so it is or it isn't.
I think they're just trying to
I guess
keep it
in some
on
ways
toes.
it could be, but not directly like Venom and Spider-Man, like Spider-Man and Carnage. They're in there, but not in there.
different universe timelines and stuff like
Because Tom
that.
Holland's going to be in one of them, so it's like, can you just include Venom?
Yeah, I know. It's getting.
If you put Venom in there, he can help with the good guys, like
Yeah,
because Venom's a good guy.
it's here, there, and everywhere.
Well,
He's anti-hero.
he is compared to Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage straight up villain.
He makes Carnage look bad. Because Venom, he doesn't want to hurt people, really. Or Eddie Brock doesn't want to hurt people.
Venom's one of those weird ones.
He helps Spider-Man, so it's weird.
But with that, I'll say coming back with Free Guy being in theaters as well, they've dropped in the Fortnite store being kind of crossover. They've got the dude from Free Guy as a skin in the Fortnite store for 1,200 V-Bucks. Which
when
makes
I saw
sense.
that, I'm like, Ryan Reynolds got buff, but then like his head didn't fit the body properly. I'm like, that looks so wrong.
It's so bad through the whole, and they've left like that. They didn't fix up to make it look better or anything. It's very.
No, that was intentional to look that bad.
Yeah, I think, and it does kind of make sense once you watch the movie. It kind of makes sense. There's stuff that they talk about in the movie, and it kind of makes sense why it's like that.
Because there's a game character, so he has to.
There's,
I'm not going to say anything else.
No, there's scenes in the movie which make sense to why he looks like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that it looks dodgy. So
Does it look better or the same?
oh no, it looks dodgy, and there's a reason to that. There's a reason to why it looks dodgy. So
Yeah.
it's
God dang it.
well, I mean, you know,
It's not dodgy. It's not Star Wars dodgy like fucking Luke. But
okay, so the bait without it's not really spoiling.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, it's not really spoiling it. The reason it looks dodgy is because he's not a polished character. That makes sense.
He's too under development.
Yes, that's so they kind of made that meta joke there.
I mean, he could be properly done in a Bethesda game, but
That's the kind of reference to why they CGI face looks bad on him because he's an unpolished character.
That's why I don't play Bethesda games anymore because
So
they're so bad.
it's kind of funny that this movie, just like I said, this movie hits everything game nostalgia like on the head to a T. Like the gaming industry, everything like that. It hits it on the head to a T. Like how the game industry works.
Yeah, compared
how
to Space Jam, which just like everyone hates it.
I don't know.
It was
It could have made a stab at they try to make it's like Space Jam trying to make a stab at the movie industry, but it didn't do it right.
Oh,
But
everyone's
coming
not
back,
talking about it now because everyone's forgotten about it.
come back to it. Come back. Finishing off the Fortnite stuff. There's also a free guy himself appears in Fortnite as well at
Like
ATMs.
the dude in the blue.
Blue shirt guy. He appears at ATMs and you can get missions from him to complete.
Oh, so
in
you can't
Fortnite.
be him, but he's just in there.
Yeah, he's in there and he gives out missions. So I got to go do that.
It makes
myself.
sense why you don't play him, but you play the other dude.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's kind of a whole. It all works in line. And
Because his
it's cool.
character wouldn't really be violent, would he? As he's in his polo shirt,
So blue shirt guy is very
just basic.
basic and simple. Where the dude's kind of like a thug, so that's why he's in the game. So it's all part of the narrative as well. It very parallels the movie as well. So
It just sucks I'm not near a movie theater to watch it.
I know it's a good movie.
It'll be out eventually next few months. So
Sticking with movie stuff, I thought I might as well segue through the
I've
movies.
got some movie stuff, but
I don't know if you've got this one. It was kind of a big announcement. For Sonic 2.
oh what?
Did you see the announcement for Sonic 2?
Oh, Idris Elba as Knuckles.
Yes.
That's all I saw.
Idris
That's
Elba has now been casted as the voice of
I
Knuckles.
was like, what a weird choice, but also, I don't know.
He's kind of picking up trend again as an actor. Like
He always has. He
He's
never really
there,
lost trend.
and then he like went down, like
He was just
not
in
down, but
big
like he just
budget
low
movies.
key.
Now he's doing little. You see him a lot more.
I do find it funny though with Suicide Squad being that's another movie that's been out recently. With Suicide Squad, which was kind of funny. People have been going Suicide Squad because people have been going on about like making jokes because the Mantis, the chick who plays the Mantis, makes an appearance in Suicide Squad, and people
It's a little thing for you if you didn't hear last week.
Yeah, little Easter
Or
egg.
whatever it was.
It's a little Easter egg, and people have been going on about that, and apparently, like, it's a connection between like James Gunn and Guardians. I'm like, well, Idris Elba's in there. Like, he's been in the Marvel films. Like,
So is Michael Rooker.
like exactly. Like, there's a lot of people that have been in the Marvel films, like in this movie. Like, Stallone was in the end of Guardians. Like, so I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah, but he's not in DC though, is he?
Stallone. He plays the
No,
shark.
he's not in... Yeah, but it's not actually him though. Like it's not him
No, it's
himself.
it's his voice, but technically he's starred in a DC film. He used his voice.
Yeah, but it's not. He doesn't play a character though, like himself.
Oh no, that's exactly. But still, he's
Like what
participated.
Michael Rooker and that dude, like Yondu, and then this mad dude.
Yeah. No, that's the best way. Even Stallone said an
That's
interview.
weird.
he
I thought
preferred
they couldn't cross brand because it was bad, but people are doing it now. Like,
Well, that was always the thing with actors. Actors weren't allowed to cross brand because, like, if you work for one, you can't work for the other. But now they do it all the
now
time.
they're
Even
everywhere.
directors do the same thing.
Yeah, James Gunn.
But no, I was gonna say the funniest thing. I know. That's the funniest thing though for this was in Suicide Squad, which was always funny. Still makes me laugh. Is that you've got Idris Elba, who in Thor plays Heimdall, and he talks about if you go back to the old like the first Thor talks about blocking off from going to Jotunheim and stuff like that. And then in Suicide Squad they talk about Jotunheim and he brings up many times he says Jotunheim and it's just like, am I watching Thor? Or am I watching Suicide Squad? Like, it's like
I mean, it's just a coincidence.
it's just
Who
funny
knows?
because there's
Maybe he ad libbed all that. Like he just.
well there's a location in Suicide Squad that's called Jotunheim.
Oh, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't want to get into that either without.
But
Going
James
to
Gunn,
go into
he just like put that in there.
But it's just so funny having a character that's mentioned Jotunheim, like an actor that's mentioned Jotunheim in two different franchises, two different movies. It's like, oh my god.
But when you think about it, it does happen though. Like, of course, Schwarzenegger's done. He's referenced older things in other movies. I'm like, because he's mentioned Terminator in stuff that's not Terminator.
Yeah, the parody where like, and that joke's always been there. Like, remember that movie where it was an
No, he's
Arnold
just
film?
done random things like he's like something about machines or
But you remember, I feel like it's a throwback to, I can't remember which Arnold movie it was, but remember there was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and they had the Terminator cut out, and it was Sylvester Stallone that played the Terminator.
last
Last
action
Action Hero?
hero.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like that's the running joke still from there on out. It's
Yeah,
still a running joke.
and he commented like I've been there or I've seen that or something. He's like I don't know
Yeah,
what it was. Like
it's like all these meta jokes. And yeah, it's kind of funny because I got another thing
yeah,
to
but
segue
Marvel and
onto that.
DC are not meant to do that. But now the last couple of years
They do it all the time.
they're allowed to do that now.
One of those things.
Maybe because it's bringing in DC money for once.
Who knows?
No offense to DC, but if you haven't had James Gunn, your movies will still be shit.
Oh, yeah.
Who made Aquaman? James Wan.
James Wayne.
James Wan.
He
Which who
one at
did
all.
Marvel, I think, as well, didn't he?
I can't remember.
I don't know, but like,
But I was saying,
I mean, James Gunn has just brought DC back up there
God,
with
yeah.
this fucking movie. Apparently, it's a 10 out of 10 almost. Like, people love it.
I was going to say, a nice little funny thing I found just before we started the podcast. In reference to that thing in Last Action Hero with Sylvester Stallone being the Terminator, you know how you watch movies and TV shows and there's always...
It was Stallone, was it? I think it was Schwarzenegger. Like,
Hey?
I think it was Schwarzenegger.
No, it was Stallone that played in the cardboard
Sure.
cutout. It was Stallone that was the cardboard cutout as the Terminator in Last Action Hero. It was a whole meta thing. It was like...
I want
'cause
to
you could-
Google it. You keep
But,
going. I wanna...
But you know how we watch movies and TV shows, and then you know when you're ever watching watching the movie, the characters are watching a movie or a TV show on the TV, like if a scene is happening,
Oh, yeah.
like things like that. There's actually a website that's started up now called Netflix, which basically is catalogued nearly every single TV show or movie that's appeared within a TV show or movie, and it'll have the title of the film, how long that film goes for, and then it narrates to which film it was in and which director filmed the movie that it was based in. It's pretty cool. So you can look up anything, and it has like all these different references. You get a little bit of feedback coming through there.
That's weird.
So I was looking at it before,
This mic picks up out of my headset. It's weird.
and although it's pretty cool, like the movies within the movie, like it's a browsing service. Like you type it's Netflix.fun. I can hear it coming through again. Reverbing back, but I'll say even if you're on your computer now looking, type in Nestflix, not Nestquick, Nestflix.fun.
Netflix. Okay, it is Stallone. I thought it was
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
do it now while you're on your computer. Type in Nestflix.fun and have a look.
Netflix.
Yeah, Nestflix, Nestflix.fun. Look it up right now
Up in the search thing. Nest.
because I want to get your reaction to this right now and have a look. Like it's laid out like Netflix, but it's just, like a Wikipedia-esque like.
Austin Pussy, Conan, Baby Legs.
Yeah, these are movies that appeared within movies and TV shows, and it tells you like a little narrative of those things.
Good Will Hunting 2, Hunting Season. Satan's Alley. Aye. Simple Jack. What the hell?
It's really cool. It's a cool little fun Wikipedia kind of.
Who made this?
There was an article that had it all, but I just like went to it and I was like, oh my god.
Merman. Is that Adam Sandler.
Mm.
That's Merman. Pineapple Express 2, Blood Red. Honky Grandma be tripping.
It's a lot of work someone's gone through because it's got the narrative of like what that movie would be about, how long it would run for, like the rating of it.
Oh, 3 hours for Satan's Alley, apparently.
Yeah, and it tells you which movie it was in. If you look at the description, it tells you which movie that title was mentioned in.
Oh my fucking... Scorcher, Simple Jack, The Fatties Part 2, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, and it's really cool because it then tells you who the director actually was of the actual movie that it featured in.
That's weird.
Like it's
bro.
really cool,
That's
like a fun
fucking
little
weird.
like a little Wikipedia-esque info site. It's just
How did you find that?
it came up as on something I was like scrolling through stuff before, and it just came up there for me to click on. I was like, I'm going to click on it and have a look. Went down the rabbit hole, and there it was. I'm like, this is
How
great.
did that come up in the first place? Like, how'd you get recommended Netflix?
It was an article. It was a news article thing, and I was like, oh, okay. And I went to and I had to go to the Twitter page, and then the Twitter page had it, and it was like, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna look at it later and just Like, it'd be cool if it had, like, if it actually had catalog scenes, because then you could use it as your own
Right?
movie within movie thing. So if you were to be a short filmmaker and you wanted something playing on your TV that you want, it'd be cool if they had these kind of things that were like license free, like mini movies and trailer and TV shows that you could play. You gotta get step back a little bit. Like that'd be cool if there was like a service
That's
like
weird.
that even.
Because I opened it.
You opened it. Open.
Don't know.
But yeah, so
that's
that was
weird.
kind of funny that I came across that and I was like, oh, I gotta bring this up and tell this to Jim. This is funny.
That's weird. I was
And let everyone else know on the podcast. So if you want to, like I said, I told you this before, Netflix.fun. Have a look. There's like 400 something titles on there. There's a lot of titles on there. You can scroll through in this whole library of something. That's the thing. Someone's gone through and catalogued all these things and taken the descriptions of each show and.
I mean, it's kind of like Wiki.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Wikipedia, because you can contribute to it up in the top.
So it's pretty
I'm
cool.
guessing it's more than one person.
Yeah, it's all contributed, I guess. But like that's pretty cool though. It's a cool little
So
service.
you got to be the right format and stuff, because that is well made. Like,
Thumbnails and everything. It's got all the things. I like it. That'd be cool, but you could even use it. You could even use it like if you were to have if you were filming a movie even as well, and you were to have like a TV playing in the background. And someone was like on Netflix. You could use that as your on Netflix like thing on the screen. If someone was pretending to flick through, like, what are you talking about? You know, having a conversation that was just in the background. That'd be a kind of a cool little joke. You could have that up like someone scrolling through all these fake movies. Like, I feel like I'd do that if I was to make a film. Like, if I was to film a short film and I was, like, in the living room, like, having a conversation, have the TV on. Like, I would feel like I'd want to have that up on the screen, like I'm browsing Netflix. Like, that'd be cool.
yeah,
Like,
that's fucking trippy.
what if that...
Cool.
Yeah. It's a cool little thing, so... I was like, that's kind of funny. Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus. Oh, but coming around as well, bringing up things we haven't heard of for a while. Like I've been trying to bring it up, but there's nothing to bring up about for it. So
Cyberpunk?
yeah, Cyberpunk. They've still been quiet this week, which is getting very suspicious now that they're staying very
came
quiet.
out like a week ago or so.
Supposedly something, but there wasn't much to it. But they're still been pretty quiet. I think I've still got mine installed, but yeah, they've been very quiet lately. There's not much been going on, so it's getting very questionable now what's going on with them. So
well, they're taking their sugar. They have to fix the game.
there's a lot of stuff they got to do. Rumors there's a lot that they may be waiting out for the next gen release that they'll
Which
patch
is
everything then.
later this year, so not far off. Which I'll still buy it again for a third time.
You want to get a proper next gen version. Oh, that's another article I saw popped up. People are cracking the shits of I can't remember which game it was, but there was no demo or beta dropping for PS5.
What?
I can't remember which game it was. I saw it on Twitter earlier today. I briefly read over it, but all the Xbots are coming out again going, oh, there's something wrong with the PS5 again. It's easier to distribute games to Xbox, so like for Xbox Series X to get it, because you're releasing the Xbox One version. You're not getting a Series X version, you dumbasses. They're going,
I mean,
PS5 and PS4 are different.
The upgrade still works, but they're not.
Yeah.
PS4 5 doesn't do that because they're two different hardwares.
Exactly, and people are going like, oh, because there's some, I can't remember what demo it was, but it was PS5 demo for whatever it was got delayed due to technical issues.
Which makes sense.
But it makes sense because it's a different system. An Xbox Series X and S are very similar to an Xbox One. Like it's.
I got pissed off at people because they're saying, "Oh, my Cyberpunk runs so well on the Series X." That's running pretty much a next-gen version nearly.
Yeah.
I'm running PS4 Pro version, which is not the best.
It's completely different. It's a completely different system. Like it's way different. And that's the thing people need to keep understanding.
I'm in back compat mode. You're in semi back compat.
Yeah.
On the Xbox. I mean, I haven't got the game to test it, but I've seen it.
And that's the thing. That's what keeps getting me. It's like people are really picking at straws, going, "Oh, PS5's having problems." I was like, "No, you're running a completely different version." Like that's the benefit. That's one of the turnaround benefits of the Xbox is that if there's any problems, it can run a lower back version that will compatibly upscale or run decent enough on your Series X because it's back compatible. That's the benefits of being back compatible. There's a difference between PS5 and back compatible. Like
the only difference between my One X and the Series X is it's just got a beefier graphics card CPU. That's the only difference.
That's the thing, because if you're running a PS5, you don't have an option to be like, oh, can I download the PS4 version? Can I download this older version and run it on my PS5? No, you have no option for that when it's downloadable. When you're downloading something for the PS5, it has to be the PS5 version, unless it's one of those old, like, specific games that are PS4 that can play on the PS5. With Xbox, it will automatically do whatever.
Had issues where some people did get they put in the PS4 disc, 5 disc, but they still got the PS4 version, or was it PS4 disc?
Something like that, yeah.
I can't remember, but they didn't get the back compat part. They just got the PS4 one instead of the upgrade. You had to manually go in and select the PS5 version to switch, and same as Valhalla, I think.
And that's exactly it. That's exactly the situation. Is the Xbox has got this
Even
one
then,
built
you're
system.
running back compat. You're not got a native PS5 disc, which can take advantage of the PS5.
And that's what really frustrates with these people. These people that get all uppity antsy about Xbox and PS5 being. It's like you really realistically don't know what you're talking about. Like you act like you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You realistically do not know what you're talking about.
it's not just the graphics and CPU; it's the SSD and the Xbox as well. But that's not next gen. I don't see it as next. It's just an upgrade. It's just
like that's the whole
an
point.
XX.
It's just built like that. And that's the thing. That's what gets me is with these Xbox. Like I can understand with an older system, like for Flight Simulator, like I can't install that because it's exclusively written to run on the Series X and Series S.
It even goes on the Series S, which is weaker than my fucking One X.
But what gets me with these Series X's, how do you know when you're running a version, which version you're running? How do you know?
You don't, because it does it automatically.
Exactly. You don't know what version you're running. So you assumably going, oh, I'll get this. That's what gets me. That's why I laugh when I look at the discs that say for Xbox, one. It's like Xbox One and then One X, or it's like One X and Xbox One. Like, why have the text switch either way? But you're gonna have both games on there labeled on there anyway. Like,
yeah, yes, should be called Xbox.
Like
that's it.
And like that happened with Call of Duty. It's like, oh, his one has Xbox One and then Xbox One X on it, and it'll be one price. And then because it has Xbox Series X first over the Xbox One, it's worth more. It's like, why not have, if you're gonna have that, why not have
Just
the diff?
buy the older version, getting the same game.
That's exactly it. Like, well, why not actually release two different versions then, where one's only for the One and one's for the Series X, like the Series range? Like, why not make two separate? Why make these things that work either way, backwards and forwards? Because therefore you don't know what you're putting in. It's the exact same thing at the end of the day. Like,
I can't even test back compat. I haven't installed one game apart from Rocket League.
And that's the big thing that gets me with the Xbox is you don't know what you're putting in it. You're just assuming, okay, because it says Series X, I'm running a Series X game.
That could be the One X, for all you know.
It could be the One X upscale or whatever it is. You wouldn't even know. Like, how are you supposed to know? At least with the PlayStation.
PS5 disc, PS4 disc, you know what you're getting.
Exactly. I know. Even if it was a PS4 disc relabeled as a PS5, at least I know it's a PS5. Like, I presumably know that it's a PS5.
Oh, yeah.
Like, presumably it should be PS5. I mean, they could be just relabeling it. They could just be relabeling PS4 games.
I mean, there is a difference, because I've seen Digital Foundry. They did the PS4 Miles Morales against PS5. Yes. The 5's way better than the 4.
And that on hand is the truth. It is different.
It loads faster. It's smoother. It looks better. 60 frames, and it's only 30 on PS4.
But that's what I mean. At least that's what I at least get. Like, I know there are some games on Xbox that will specifically say Series X. Like that.
Like
I can
Gears,
understand.
Halo, Forza.
I can understand that stands
They
out.
should
Like,
just
that makes
drop
sense.
the Xbox One now. Like,
It should be.
You're gonna.
Like, I
can
the understand.
One S, like, that is shit.
Like, they need to. What I feel.
One and it's shit.
And that's exactly. I feel like they need to drop the Xbox. Like, I'm on my Xbox One, but like I feel like they need to drop it now. They've gone to the point where they've run it dry. Like, same with the PlayStation. You stop working with those.
You've got the original Xbox One though, and you know that game is 720 900p. That cannot run a new game now.
It tries to.
You played Cyberpunk.
It runs it at 720, whatever it is. It says 1080, but it's like low 1080. It's not even 10.
It's like 900p.
Yeah, it says 1080, but I don't believe it's 1080.
I remember getting the Xbox One back in 2013 or 14. I was so hyped. I thought they looked good.
But that's the thing that gets me now. It's like they need to stop.
I didn't care about frame rate or nothing back then. Resolution. The game looked better than PS3, 360.
I know they're trying to keep their franchise full and keep consumers happy, where people can just go out and buy an old. But like that's what gets me. That's what gets me the worst though. Is they want to make their games work across the whole board. If that's the case, why discontinue the One X?
Yeah, that makes the most sense to keep instead of the Xbox One S.
Like, why discontinue that? Leave people the option to buy that still. Why discontinue?
Do you know why?
Because it's better than
it's better than the Series S, and they won't sell the Series S. They'll sell the One X.
Yep.
because it's not much worse than the Series X, just got a higher
Technically,
frame rate
yeah. Technically, the One X
and resolution.
I was gonna say technically the One X is the Series S we wanted with a disc drive.
Pretty much.
Like, and that's why I don't like the Series S is because it has a
I
disc
can play
drive.
full 4K on the One X. You can't on the Series S.
And that's what gets me. It's like I wanted
Not a higher frame rate anyway.
no. I wanted a disc. Like if we wanted a disc version of Series S, then a One X. Like I'm still holding out.
I'm happy I got the fucking One X, and that's going nowhere now.
Like I still want like there's that One X I see at the
You can still buy them. AB's
that,
got them in
that
that.
Ox shop. There's an Ox shop I see every now and then. Like go buy it. It's still sitting there in the
Get it,
window.
guys.
It's the Cyberpunk One X. I want to get it.
Oh, there actually was Series X's in stock recently too, I must say. And PS5 to be fair.
But oh they were, yeah. You can get them only in store only.
Yeah, that's why it sucks for me. Because
But
I
you
want a
got-
second one to put on my damn desk, or not near my damn desk.
Now, you've got one of each already, but yeah.
Kind of. I don't use it.
But, like,
I've got
I really
one
wanna-
game on the Xbox, and it's Rocket League.
Like I do want to get a Series X, but at the same time, if a One X is going to do me by at high quality gaming, I'll get a One X at half the price.
I haven't collected dust yet, so
Like if I'm going to be able to play Halo on a One X, then I'll get a One X. Like I want a Series X, but unless they're going to make them
you do,
look
but
impressive,
you-
but it's not. What is there on that I'm going to play? Like I kind of want to play Flight Simulator, but not really.
what's his name? Forza Horizon 5 is going to be Series X only, and S. So there's that. You're a Forza fan? Forza Horizon?
I like the
Gears,
games, but I'm not
maybe?
into it. Gears.
Gears would, if Gears Xbox One, I'm not fucking touching it. Because that won't be the best it could be.
And that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And that's what gets me. Is like, what is going to be really that
There's
place and hold
sacrifices
up?
you've got to make in development to make it run on the One S, which they're still selling the One S over the One X, which the One S is not.
Yeah, One
good.
S is pretty cheap because I saw the One S at the auction shop for like $200.
Yeah, you could get that better than your
But then-
original. But
But
still
that's
not
what I
as
mean.
good.
I'm like, what do I do?
It's
'Cause I
not
want to
much
get
of an
something.
upgrade.
That's what I'm thinking if I get the One X because the One X was $430.
It can just play Blu-ray or it just play 4K discs.
Yeah,
That's
it
the only
does.
difference.
It doesn't do 4K gaming, does it? It still does 1080 gaming. It's 4K Blu-rays, isn't
I
it?
think it does 1440.
1440, and then it's 4K Blu-rays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is weird. I mean, it can probably do 4K.
It's so
gaming.
weird. It's so weird that you can do 4K DVD. You can read 4K DVD still, but it's only for movies. But it can't do 4K. Like what?
Yeah, that's because
what?
you're not playing the movie though. Like you're just running it off a disc. So it's that's just.
I guess it's the
just
process.
Playing it.
I guess
so,
the processor.
Yeah.
But,
If the One S was a bad idea, the Series S is a bad idea. Just have the Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, like PlayStation 4, Pro, 5 discless. That's all they need to do.
Yeah, because I'm still tempting of getting a One X at some point, so I may do that at some point down the track.
I mean, you probably don't need to. You probably get a PS5 and Series X.
What, the
Very
only
soon.
thing that will really get me
Cool.
the turnover of wanting to get not a One X, a Series X even more is if they release a Halo Series X console. Then I'll have to go out of my way.
It would have been announced already.
That's what I mean, which is a bit of a bummer when they've done. Like I've got the two 360s down here, the slim ones.
It's on
They
Game
did-
Pass. Why do they need to make console?
That's what I mean. Like, well, they even did that when I bought my Halo Xbox One. Like the both pre-orders I got for the console and the actual game itself, they were both digital copies. Like I actually had to go out of my own way to buy a physical copy as well,
Which are not limited. They're just a normal.
which was weird that they made collector's edition come with digital copies. Like back then they were pushing digital gaming back then for
And yet you look
Halo
at
5.
Sony's. I think Death Stranding come with a physical Death Stranding disc.
And that's what I mean. I'm like, what?
Is it so hard, Microsoft?
So like I've got the Halo Xbox One.
Is
but
it
it's
so
just like-
fucking hard?
So I mean, if there's any other Halo consoles, I'll more incentively buy that. That'll be the big turnover. That's why I'm very hesitant because I don't be like buy an Xbox. I did that. I ended up buying an Xbox One, and then ended up buying it and then trading it in so I could get my Xbox One Halo console because I wanted the Halo console, and I don't have to do that again.
I'd stop using it if I were you, though, because that might give out one day. Keep using it.
It's getting there. That's why I do need to change over. So I'm like, do I get a series? Not a series. Get a 1S for now in the interim, to keep me by.
I mean, that would be smart because there's only what couple of hundred. Oh,
That's what
fucking
I'm
cheap.
saying. It just gets me by for now. At least it's even if it is
Yeah,
second
but
hand, it's
let
still.
me have a look. I think you can get a 1X for about 250, 300,
That's what I'm saying.
which
Otherwise,
is definitely worth a
the
1X.
Cyberpunk one was 430 for the limited edition Cyberpunk one, which I kind of like that as well because then it's both. I can use the 1X, but then it also goes to my Cyberpunk collection when I do get a Series X. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1.
Why did I type in Xbox One X and a selfie stick came up?
But yeah, you get any other
Oh, JB Hi-Fi's got Series X's.
Series X? I want to get a 1X in the interim, I think.
I mean, yeah, 1X. I mean, fuck.
I want to get a 1X. Definitely want to get a 1X
Yeah.
to do me over in the interim because I don't think I'll get a Series X till another couple of years when there's actually more games to
You
play.
don't need it because you're on PC mainly now anyway.
Well, the
so...
fact that I'm looking at actually going Battlefield for my PC as well.
Well, you said you're getting the PS5
And then
first.
maybe Back for Blood. Dude, Back for Blood runs really well on my computer, surprisingly. It actually optimizes to your graphics card.
Yeah.
It's actually really intelligent because I was like, gonna have to adjust my graphics settings. There's actually nothing to adjust because it optimizes. And actually was playing at very high quality for what was optimizing to my graphics card. And I was impressed because I could stream and the game looked like I was playing at like high or epic quality. And the stream wasn't interfering with any
If
of my
you want,
hardware.
you can buy a Series S for $500.
Yeah, but I want a disc tray.
Yeah, I know, because all your discs.
I got all my discs, and then I like to be able to watch movies if I want to chuck a disc into it or play my games with discs. Like,
Okay, so if you want to, if you really want, you can get an Xbox One X Gold Rush Special Edition 1 TB for $448.
Gold Rush.
Don't know what that means.
Gold Rush. Where's that at?
We can get a 1S for $298. Hey, the Cyberpunk $448. I don't know. Microsoft fucked up. They fucked up. They should have just had not the S's at all. They put it weird. And plus, they put them at the same price as an X.
That's what it's confusing, and the pricings are weird.
There's only $100 difference. And it's like, a disc tray is not $100.
I know, it makes no sense. Like, look at the pricings between the PS5 and, like, with the PS5s, the disc and the discless. Only that,
That's pretty much the tray.
that's what I mean. Like,
disc drive.
it's the
They're
system's
exactly
exactly the same.
Otherwise,
That's what I mean. Like, why couldn't Xbox do that? Like, what are you doing?
just make the Series X and then the X discless. Which in a box anyway, you wouldn't even.
Which would have
notice,
made
just
sense.
Cover it up.
Yeah, it would have been the same price anyway, most probably.
It's just a box. It would look so weird.
Like,
That looks. I don't like the Series X look of it. I really don't.
that console would make sense for what it would look like if it had no disc tray. That would make sense. I feel almost, but I don't know. It worked with a disc tray. It's weird.
What the disc tray is? It's that far from the fucking edge of the
I
fucking
know,
console.
So imagine the drive, how thin
I
that
would
drive
put it
actually
like
is.
in the middle somewhere, make it.
So basically, it's that thin to the actual thing. So if someone was to tap that side, it could throw the disc tray out.
Oh, I have no idea.
Like that's
Oh,
what
I
I'm doing.
don't want to try it. I don't want to fuck up my damn thing. Plus, I don't put a disc in there. Ha 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 ha.
Somewhat, yeah.
The only physical media that will die is Microsoft. Like,
They're doing themselves.
Sony's gonna keep their own discs. Like, they're not gonna stop making them.
It's like, do you want? It's like. I was very confused with Microsoft. It's like, do you want people to buy discs or do you want people to get everything digital? Like, I'm confused. What are they doing? Like,
Then people who are the casual gamers will go digital. People like us who actually are gamers, like proper full on, like we do play games a lot.
yeah.
We want physical fucking discs because we want to play them in the future.
I don't know.
That's
Just
random.
I've been meaning to play it in the future.
Look, my crash over it.
I've been thinking about it. Like, been meaning to get back into it and try and play more of it.
Hey, that's got what Series X on it too, does it?
Yeah. Xbox One and Xbox Series X.
Fuck's sake! It's just Xbox.
It's the same disc. It's no different.
It's the same. If you put in that, yeah, I don't get. That's the only copy you can get.
I know why. Like, why can't
So
you say
why is it
Xbox?
both names in there?
Why
Like,
can't
it's
you
the
say
same
Xbox?
disc
Just
for
put
every
Xbox.
fucking copy.
Just put Xbox. Like, and people like it's because people are dumb. I'm sorry, but people are dumb.
I mean, it's true. To be fair,
People are dumb. You
I
got
just call it Xbox now. Like I don't say I want the Series X game because eventually there will be no Xbox One. There'll just be Xbox Series X or just Xbox.
Well, it's confusing the way that how Microsoft want to go with it.
Just wait till Christmas this year. People are like, "Oh, I got the Xbox Series X." Like, ah, that's just Xbox One running on a Series X. How many butthurt kids you'll get?
It just does me in.
Exactly. Oh, but
We got-
speaking of the PS5 and that though, the SSD port is coming very soon. I think we can actually use it because
Yeah.
the beta's out for the SSD.
Oh.
People are putting them in and can actually use it now.
Hey, that's alright then. That's working good then.
I want to try and get a big 2 terabyte so I can got a lot of space.
Get all the spaces.
Because I can install like 3 terabyte worth of games. Because you get in that mood where you're like, I don't want to play this, but you want to play that. You got to install that.
Well, that's what I've been doing lately with after having that driver bought for my PC. I've now set that as the designated hard drive to install my games to. A lot of games I'm uninstalling so I can reinstall to it. But then, like, just having this, I can like,
you can just move them, right?
oh, it gets janky sometimes with some of them trying to move them.
Just move the whole folder that the game's in.
I tried doing it with one of them and it freaked out, so I had to uninstall and reinstall it, and fucking got confusing. Steam's the worst for it.
I got mine now. Every game I install now goes straight to the big 10 terabyte.
But that's why I ended up downloading Arc, because I was like, fuck it, I'll just download Arc for PC and just have it there when I'm gonna try and get onto the servers and try and play it. I haven't still got on the servers yet, and that was like a week ago or something. I downloaded it to try and play it, and I still haven't launched it up yet on my PC. It's just there on my hard drive. I'm like, I don't like. I want to try and play it. I want to try and play it and get the idea of why Ark is so good that people seem to go on.
You gotta start off by yourself on the first fucking map.
Don't get like. There's so much that goes on at that island. Like, how much time am I supposed to spend doing everything? I'm confused.
Well, I put 1,000 hours in 1 year.
Like, but like.
And that's just on one map, and there's like 7, 8 maps.
I know, but like, do you have to spend that time to do the narrative? Like, that's confusing.
You've got to defeat the bosses and continue to the next map.
That's what I mean. Like, what the fuck?
That could take ages, unless you're on boosted stats, which you don't really want to do because it takes the fun out of it.
No, so like I'm like confused with this game because I'm like I don't know why people like.
Even I will join you and do. I mean, we can do single player with 2 of us.
Gotta find servers so we can play on. Because I tried doing that last time when I played on a
PvE
thing.
servers, don't go PvP when you're doing story.
Because
you'll get fucked up as soon as you enter a PvP.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, because I remember last time me and Eddie tried doing the story, and doing it on console because you don't have a hosted system, it's fucking bad because you're tethered together and you can't roam around.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb. I think it's super.
You go like a few hundred meters, but then you're like, back at.
Yeah, it's like, oh god damn it, I can't do anything. It's like fucking pain in the ass.
You like look at something out and you just get fucking yeeted.
Yeah, we happen all the time. Like, oh no, like what's going on?
Yeah, because Eddie doesn't listen.
It's like, oh.
You're like, Eddie, stay here. You go one way, he'll go the other.
Yeah, and you realise that 100
like,
meters is really short after a while.
Yeah, it really is. Like it's not that far. Not in Ark.
No.
100 meters in Ark's like a few second run.
Yep.
That's Ark. They haven't took the tether off, so people want it gone, but they just won't do it.
I know. I don't know why it's a thing.
Maybe Ark 2, hopefully. If they tether that, I swear to God.
So stupid.
I swear to God. Yeah, but that fucking PS5 beta, though, I'm hoping I would have got an email because I want an SSD in there so bad.
Yeah.
They're so cheap, too. I wanted to get an SSD for that so I can put all my Xbox One games on there.
Yeah, still they haven't done them. They haven't done that.
Oh, they have.
They got them, but like it's so weird that like
it's only a terabyte though. Like,
and they charge so much.
Why not 2?
But like, why can't you just put any hard drive in? Like, why can't you put any?
No, because there's a specially made like specific fucking port.
That's what I mean. Like for my
consoles,
I just had
got like
random
factory made like from anyone in there. as long as it hits spec. Otherwise, it won't do a
Like
thing.
I've like for my consoles, I've just got random hard drives, little mini pocket hard drives I bought and plugged them in, and they work.
I think you can. You can still do that, but it won't be as good.
Won't be as good.
Unless you get a SSD plugging in.
Yeah.
But even then, it won't be as good as an internal one. So, but still,
But still,
I want to get a. I want to get a 4 terabyte to put my PS4 games on.
Yes.
So that's everyone on a 8 terabyte maybe. I think can hold 8 terabyte. Be pretty damn cool. Have all the games whenever you want them.
that's exactly it. Especially if they're so small, the games.
But you can plug them into the PS5 through a USB. So the PS5 games are smaller than PS4 games. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that. Because Chivalry 2, guess how big that is?
What, 20?
13.
13!
13 gig.
13, 13, 13, 13, 13.
Abe
14!
is like 12 gig, I think. 12 or 14 gig.
Mm.
They're so small. It's only Demon Souls that are massive, and they're like 50 gig, which is still small.
No, it's not too bad for this game when you think of what they
Remember
were.
Resident Evil? That's like 30 gig or 20 gig. That's a big game. So it is what it is. I mean, yeah. Mark Cerny did say that the way they've done it, they can shrink their games down and it should be the full game, which I'm seeing that. It's just Returnal. That's like 60 gig, I think. That's massive. But again, it's not that they weren't first party, so I guess they couldn't really use everything. But then again, Resident Evil did. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
But there is a cool VR game that just came out, does.
Mm.
Remember that Blair Witch game?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's now on PSVR and Steam.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
That
That's
game
not
wasn't fun.
It was here and there.
I didn't really. I kind of got lost and then got bored.
Yeah, I played for a bit and then I did the thing and it was kind of fun at first and I just never went back to it.
I got to the bunker. Remember that? Did you get to the bunker? I got to just past there and gave up.
Did that and those things are chasing you.
Yeah, I didn't mind that because you didn't really die because they're pretty easy to scare off.
It was more of a thing where like it was just a scare and they just ran by. It was funny because I hid in the bunker and watched them.
I died there.
I went in the bunker and they were hawking me, and you'd stand at the bunker door because they couldn't come through, and you see them just run past the screen really fast, and they freak out and they get caught in a little thing, like because you know the little bunker door, and you looked up the stairs and you can see that U-shaped spot.
I didn't get in the bunker.
Oh, I got in and they ran past, ran up and down, ran around, and then sometimes they'll come in and they'll get stuck in the door and they go, and then they launch off again and it just like kept running by, like it tried to get you, but it couldn't come down the stairs. And it was freaking hilarious just watching it zing past this black thing to go whoosh, 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 and then get stuck and then launch off and then come back again. I just walked out and it had like come by a couple times to hit you. And
It
it's
would
shine
be
your
funny
light.
if it gets to the fucking wall and just comes down the hall at you.
Yeah, it launches at you. But it's like, what the fuck is this thing? Because you do the whole tree thing, you teleport, and it's like, what the hell? It's a cool concept how
That's
everything
weird.
works. I like games that
It's just
have...
a boring game. Like
It's
to me,
just
you know,
walking.
it's just
I
there's no combat. I don't think
Not really.
it's just walking around.
I just like the...
Cause you got to keep your eye on them things so they don't kill you.
Shine the light.
But they're so fucking quick.
That's the point. Basically what you're meant to is it's meant to push you through, you're just meant to keep going.
Yeah.
You're not meant to stop kind of thing. I just say that I like the game's mechanics though. Like that's the one thing I do like about the game.
I mean, it's their first game, I think, of it, so it might take a couple to get their bearing.
But the fact that like you do different things with like doing different areas is how they like transition between going to a spot and transition and change you to the next level kind of thing. How it transitioned and how you did stuff with like the camera and stuff, like you would record and rewind and do different things. Like that was really cool.
I hated that mechanic.
It was a really cool, interesting thing.
I was trying to find one clue. I read around this tape like 20 times, nothing.
Oh, it can get hard trying to find some of those sometimes.
I was like, what is it? It's just something about a ball on the ground. I'm like everything. Nothing there. So I
You see
just
it rolling,
fuck
it's
this.
such a small ball.
Uninstall.
But no, I like the mechanic where you used it because then it would like wasn't there, you'd rewind and then it would appear
It's
in the
not
real
the
world.
first time I've done it, but that was
It's
so
just
janky because it was just wasn't consistent.
yeah. No,
Like
I'd
one
certainly like
clue
that.
was I got pretty quick. That ball one.
The car,
No.
there's like the car and the tree log and then
Yeah, the car was done like that, like just done. But the freaking little ball on the ground, I was there for like 3 hours.
the stake and that.
Looking for a noise, looking for a picture, looking for something to move. Nothing. And of course, I played it on launch. There was nothing out on the internet about it.
Oh, itchy. I know when it's early it was bad because it's like I say it's a first time experiment kind of thing.
I didn't know you made it, but I hope they don't make another one.
The concept was the thought was there.
I hope someone makes a better one. I hope the VR one be a lot better, to be fair.
I feel like the VR just tried to make it more immersive, tried to be more scary, but it wasn't really scary, but
It isn't the thing start chasing.
it's just one of those moments to
Because
really.
when you get lost in the woods just walking, you are lost. Like, you don't know where anything fucking is.
And I kind of like that you just walk, like wherever you went led you to your location. That was the weird part. It didn't matter where you went.
I went round that fucking circle for ages.
It would loop you around because it was like those. It's kind of like the old Zelda games where you'd walk through and the rooms would like repeat. I've actually done coding like that before for rooms. It's not that hard to do, but it's kind of cool.
It's just a pain in the ass when you get lost. And then you're like, where was I? You turn around. It looks the fucking same.
Basically, what ends up happening is the room's yay big, so you scroll through, but basically that door you'd walk through send you back to the door on here. So you'd walk through, hit that door, and you'd come back here again. And you just keep doing the same
It's
thing.
like COD mission.
And then sometimes you got to go a different way, and it would
Remember when you got in that bunker thing and you go
Keep walking
round.
like the Stanley Parable.
And PT kind of thing.
I kind of do like the
It's not
mechanics.
hard. It should be done right, which... I mean, it was, but it wasn't because I got lost.
It's because it was
I hit
mostly
so
too
many
dark.
dead ends.
I think it's because it was very too dark. It's because too dark, or very dark, not very
It
too.
wasn't dark. It was in the daytime, I think, when I did it.
Oh,
It was when you go in and come back out the first time. I got fucking lost.
yep.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention that well.
It was very Alan Wake-esque until it went
I
away
think
from
it's the
being.
same devs, wasn't it?
Not too sure.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But it is what it is.
Anyway.
Oh, fuck. Did you play Sam and Max Save the World?
I don't think I played Save the World, but I have played Sam and Max.
Well, there's a remaster that's out now on Xbox. Sam and Max. Yeah. Save the World.
Yeah! No joke. I wonder if
No joke.
Just Xbox, like Xbox, or was it Game Pass? Or?
Xbox. This is Xbox. Xbox One specifically.
Save the world.
So Xbox One, but it's been remastered. Why not on the fucking series consoles?
Sam and Max Save the World Remastered 2020 official Xbox.
2020.
I know. I just type it into Sam and Max Save the World, and people have also asked, is Max married to Sam?
Oh my fucking god. Was it Rule 34?
Sam and Max Save the World. Oh, it was on the a limited run. They did for a Nintendo Switch limited run. They did a collector's edition. Damn, that looks cool.
And now it's on Xbox. Remastered. Don't trust remastered. Remastered means the same old shitty game.
So I'm kind of curious to see what it looks. Giving a quick look here on
It looks good. It looks the same as the old one, so
Oh, is that
It's
a
just-
chicken taco?
it's probably now in HD.
I'll be able to tell
So
you.
it's probably like 1080p max.
Oh no, this is new. This is new graphics.
Yeah, but it's not that much fucking better.
No, it's just the style. They've kept the same art style, but it's actually re-rendered like it's new rendering.
Yeah, it's a remaster, so it does look a bit
It's
better.
proper remaster, not.
They should have remade it though. It's only a small game. They should have just remade it.
It
'Cause
kind of is in the sense, honestly, because these are all
Nah.
new. These are all new sprites.
Oh, I never played it, so I have no idea.
Yeah, no, these are all new sprites. They even got like the cell shading's a little bit different too.
I guess you're gonna pick it up.
Yeah, I haven't played Sam and Max in a long time.
Or it's on Game Pass. I'm not sure.
It's a Telltale game, so
Oh God.
one of their first games they
Rip.
did.
Telltale. No
Telltale's
longer
good.
with us.
Why?
Remember they got bought out?
I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
someone else now.
Who's it now? Because they still release stuff.
Yeah, it's not Telltale.
Sometimes
I
I
don't
think
think
it's now.
they either broke up or they got bought, or
I
both.
remember something happened. Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, because the Walking Dead games lost them a lot of money.
Yeah, defunct 2018.
Yeah, ages ago, bro.
But they still seem to be releasing games, which is confusing.
Yeah, because someone else is doing it now.
But they still come out under Telltale, which is weird.
Yeah, because I think because of the licensing, it's still Telltale. They're just not a thing anymore
It's weird how that works.
until that runs out. It's weird.
LCG.
But I'll keep going with some of these things, but there's also been a thing while waiting for GTA 6. There's a new GTA coming out very soon. I think.
Athlon Games is the publishing partner.
Oh, Athlon.
Yeah, so it's LCG publicly. They're the ones that bought them. Among the company's plans were to republishing the back catalogue of Telltale games that acquired working with Athlon Games as publisher partner.
Oh, yep.
So that's why they got like all these remasters happening and stuff like that, because they're re-releasing the old catalogue modern day, so they can get some of their revenue back, I guess, in the acquisition.
Hit and miss because people don't want to get them again.
It's more trying to appeal to the new audiences.
Are they finally going to finish 7 Days to Die?
Wow, that's exactly isn't it?
That's still in early access. Fucking near 10 years later. Like about 2014, even earlier than that.
Such a weird
on
game.
PC.
Something different to what they've done. So different.
What? 7 days? Yeah, 'cause that was one of their first games.
Because you think about like what they do, which is point and
That's been on
click.
PC for like 10 years already.
But you think about their games, they're point and click games, and then they do this open
that was
world
later.
exploration. Oh,
That was their newer game. Started with what? Walking Dead season 1, didn't it?
7 Days to Die isn't that old.
Yeah, 2014 or so.
Initial release date was 2013, but there was plenty of games that they brought out before then.
Yeah, but nothing like that.
As I said, they branched. I was saying back in 2013 they branched away. Who did that? Who was it? The Fun Pimps.
Fun Pimps.
The Fun Pimps and Telltale Games.
And still in early access. Come on, Pimps.
I think it's because of that whole... Oh, because the developer was the Fun Pimps, but it was published by Telltale Games.
I was never getting finished. That's sad.
That's why...
Unless the new guys take that and finish it.
That's why it's different
It
to Telltale.
it needs a whole new revamp. It needs finishing because it's so janky still. But there's been updates to it. Like in recent months and stuff. Like there's been updates, so why not just finish it? I don't know why. But as I said before, there's apparently been leaked GTA trilogy remasters of 3, Vice City and San Andreas coming. I'm like,
We have talked about this in the past as well.
yeah, but I think it's been confirmed now.
There's a lot of rumors, yeah, because from one of the leakers, that's apparently confirmed that has leaked other things in the past that have been on the spot.
Next year, I think, or year after.
I think this might be the games we might be getting in the interim between. I think this is what they might have been working on. They might have been working on a trilogy remaster kind of pack in the interim to get
Someone
people
said
to buy.
remake them, but to remake all 3 is a big effort.
Well, even then, if it's just an updated remaster, which is a better engine, even if you've got the established engine now and you're already building them
In the GTA 5 engine or Red Dead 2 engine, like fuck.
Like like you could put each game in the one. You know, it's gonna because those controls are actually very janky. Like I've tried playing those games several times, and then they're okay, but they are janky. They can,
especially 3 and Vice City.
Vice City's
I used to love Vice City back in the day. Not just that, but the controls are so. They were PS2 controls.
What is that?
Yeah. The fucking stories from Vice City though, that game was so good.
The trying to turn, like I said, was always funny because it had that wide turn angle.
Yeah.
You can just turn and run. When you try to turn and run, you had that whole wide strafe. So it'd be interesting to see. Like, it would have to be up because I mean we've seen some games like, friggin' Stubbs the Zombie just get re-released. And I mean, that game doesn't hold up. Like I said, I haven't played it yet. You said it doesn't hold up. It still looks fairly okay for a game that's old. But
controls are still janky.
if you go to something like GTA, like Vice City and 3, like those graphics are really outdated. Like those faces are low polygons,
like early 2000s.
And if they try to release those, like those graphics look like
that was PS2 days, man. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. They look like the boat people from Spider-Man. Like all those character models look like the boat people from Spider-Man.
No, they look a bit better than that. Some of them.
Some of them, but I don't think
the main characters.
I'm hoping
look
so.
A bit better.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're cleaned up models at least. Anyway.
I'm hoping they look. I was like, hope it looks like Red Dead 2, but I'm like, oof.
But I mean, we have seen games that they've done remastered on that haven't really taken that long to really turn. It depends on how much.
Wally got remastered. That was pretty decent.
If they were to get those old games, and this is the thing they can do, is if they've gotten them, which was like from the early Xbox and PlayStation days, and made them in like the PS2 360
Yeah, they weren't
graphics.
They weren't on Xbox, though, were they? I mean, San Andreas was. Vice City, no.
Yeah, I got them on Xbox.
Was it 3 then?
I got 3 in Vice City and a double pack on Xbox.
Yeah, but were they re-released on there, or were they launched on there?
They were launched or released a little bit later.
So it was the first 2 that were just PlayStation 1.
Mm.
Could you imagine if they did the first ones like in third person? That'd be dope.
So it'd be interesting to see, like, if they even like.
I don't know the fucking story to them because we couldn't play it.
It's just a top-down game, which was confused. Like, didn't even. I don't know.
There was no story. I don't think. Like there was
a bit of story, but it's just stealing cars and stuff. It was very.
And hearing things like when you fucking run them over, it's like a big squishy noise.
I mean, if they even if they bring them to like bring those games to an upscale 360 era,
I don't think.
Because we've already seen like what San Andreas looked as a port, and if they're going to be bringing that better than that port,
well, you can play that on PS5 and that now. With the updated controls too, I think.
I think so, because that port was weird.
It's like $20 on the fucking store. Well, I tried playing Jack. That, like, even you saw that when I was playing it. It looks fucking good.
What's it here? So yeah, the GTA Remastered trilogy appears to be real and coming to Switch.
Switch. Yay.
Rockstar is reportedly remastering its PS2 era Grand Theft Auto trilogy. I like how they go PS2 era when those games. Well, I guess they were PS2. I guess because it was Xbox.
PS2 was out before Xbox, wasn't it? Yeah, they were on there first.
I could say say more. Yeah, so if they do them like 360 generation at least graphics, like that's still pretty good to today. Like
I mean, that's going to be 1080p. Just if it's 1080p, I'm fine.
Clean up the models so they don't look as like there's more texture.
Make sure it's not grainy either. I mean, give it some grain because I think Vice City needed it because it's set in the 80s or 70s, whatever the hell it was.
So the rumor is here again. It's coming from apparently Kotaku's got the most reports. Rockstar Games Dundee Studios working on a remastered version of 3 classic PS2 era Grand Theft Auto titles, which we've said 3, Vice City and San Andreas. A later October or early November release is said to be tentatively planned for titles which could.
Year, apparently they've been working on it for the last few years, so
which could be the bridge in between what they've been doing in the interim before 6. So
I'm hoping they do that because we can finish 3, Vice City, San Andreas, and then hopefully like a year later 6.
Which which could eventually be released for PS4, PS5, Xbox, and all the others. It says Switch, PC, Stadia, mobile phones, which is a bit weird. I don't know why mobile phones.
Mobile? Are you serious?
Rumors of remastered.
Switch? Are you serious? Who wants GTA on the Switch?
It'll
probably run like dog shit.
Yeah. Floating around for some time, but this month Rockstar Games' parent company Take-Two Interactive confirmed it has plans to release 3 unannounced iterations of old games.
Yeah, that's right.
Alongside current gen ports of GTA 5 and... Wait, what?
What?
Wait, it confirmed it has plans to release 3 unannounced iterations of old games alongside current gen ports of GTA 5 and GTA Online. Oh, for PS5 and... Okay, yeah. My brain had a brain fart there. I was like, what do I mean GTA 5? I was like, oh, that makes sense for next gen.
So they're bringing out the trilogy plus GTA 5 next gen at the same time-ish? Which is fucking smart because people will buy it.
Yeah.
We don't need GTA 5 again. That's 3 fucking generations of GTA 5.
But here, it says here, however, considering Take-Two's library of games, because it says it's coming from... Because it's Take-Two Interactive that owns all this stuff, So, however,
Yeah.
considering Take-Two's library of games, these three unannounced remasters could also include anything from BioShock to Max Payne or Bully. So,
Nah,
but
I suppose if they're
this
getting
GTA thing's been going
remastered,
on
that's
for a
probably
while.
one game. That's probably on one disc, unless it's all three is them. But then if they're on three different discs, it doesn't make sense
Ah,
because
here
they're
we
not
go.
that big of a game.
Here's another hint. Apparently, that's why it's hinting more to the whole GTA side of things. Because it goes, a spokesman from Rockstar Games did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The publisher is also said to be planning a remaster of the original Red Dead Redemption if the remaster trilogy sells well. So there is rumors in the mill that they're waiting to see how things go. So
So
that's
I'm
why.
guessing that is counting as one game then. And if they got more like Red Dead and maybe Bioshock, I think that but Bioshock 4 is coming.
Mm,
You don't want to remaster an old one and then have four.
mm. But people have always wanted
We've just
these
had
three
Bioshock
games.
remastered though.
Technically, the collection is closest thing we've got, and you can get those on the current gen consoles. So, I don't.
And that is playable still. Like that is good.
Max Payne is kind of out of the works. Like people like Max Payne, but that's too far. Bully is kind of too far gone now.
Max Payne 3 was not that long ago either.
Mm. GTA though makes sense because so many people want GTA, and then if there's asks for it, they know they can make money from it. So that would make sense why to go GTA. Honestly.
GTA makes the most sense if it's like 20 years old.
Mm.
Like literally PS2 was now 20 years ago in like
Yeah.
early 2000s. So, but I don't think, are they counting it as one game or three? Like, is that the three? Or is it the one of three? Plus Red Dead and maybe like Max Payne. That makes the most sense over Bioshock.
Mm.
They already got remastered. So,
Oh, actually, here's an article I read earlier. Actually, I'll bring it up because it's kind of funny. It's kind of a dumb article. I just want to bring up because I read it. I read it when I was getting ready for a shower this morning. So I guess a comic book store or some kind of collector store. I guess kind of like EB Games, Game Traders, whatever you'd call it. It happened in Adelaide. So
oh, of course it did.
they have trading card. You know, everyone has trading cards. People sell and trade trading cards. So I guess they got proof of evidence. They had a folder that they sold. They keep their trading cards in, mostly behind the counter that you can show, flick through, and take your cards that you want
Yeah.
to buy, kind of thing. So someone. Well, they figured they caught them all in the end, but someone broke into the place and stole some of the most expensive cards. They kind of figured they traced it back to who did it because they must have come in and inquired on them in the first place, which gave it away who it was. Because that's how
Jesus.
I mean, if you're going to steal specific cards, you know who done it. Like, why not just steal the
Yeah.
whole folder? Why steal specific cards? Like, if you're going to break into the place and steal a couple of cards, why
It's
not steal the
easier
whole
just
lot?
to grab the whole thing and run than just, oh, I want that.
Yeah,
That,
exactly. They just took,
that.
yeah, which is dumb. Another dumb thing that happened was people that had stole the cards, like there's like 5 of them that did it. They're in the age bracket of 41, 30, 28, 28, 41, and there was another age as well. So these aren't kids. But one of the people,
Grown adults.
yeah, one of the people went back to the store
No.
that it was stolen from to ask, what is this card value? Like how? not just still a couple of cards. A person goes back to the store and goes, "Can you validate the price of this card for me?" And it was like the same day or like a day after or something like it was like the day after or something apparently.
Imagine wait like at least a month before you do that.
Yeah, it was like all happened. So
Or you go somewhere else. You don't go back to the same fucking
basically how
place.
I'll read the article then. So staff members called police who went with the man to a house nearby where most of the stolen cards and games were originally found. 2 others at the house were arrested. At 3 p.m. a 4th person went to the store with more of the stolen cards to ask for a valuation. He too was arrested. So that same day, it was the next. So the cards were stolen the next day. They must have had the evidence. They've gone, arrested the people, come back to the store, worked, and one of the people have come to the store going, "Hey, can you what's the valuation of these cards?" And it's like they're our cards. Like you've stolen them. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like how? The very next day after they were stolen, they handed them off to someone. And like, So yeah, a 41-year-old man, a 30-year-old woman, a 28-year-old man, another 28-year-old man, a 41 man. No,
It goes to show, age does not mean you're smart.
and then they were tracking down a fifth suspect as well.
A fifth suspect.
Fifth suspect.
A fifth suspect.
It's like, what the fuck? You fucking dumb. Like, clearly they were. But, like, trading cards? Like, why? I feel like this is just trading card trend things going out of control, though, too.
I just don't get why you.
Oh,
Stupid.
that's another thing that's irked me as well. I put a Facebook post up earlier today about it. I don't know if you saw it. We're getting closer, so I'll go through on for this. Macca's been selling a diamond range Ronald McDonald at the moment, and you can
A
collect it through
diamond
drive.
Ronald.
Yeah, so it's basically his all finally. It's just
That's
his hair.
weird. A
It's just,
diamond Ronald.
it's just the hair that's diamond. I know, but it's part of the diamond series. But they're selling the diamond series Ronald McDonald Pop Vinyl, where proceeds go to charity.
Yeah.
So it's $20 for the pop, and the pop goes to their children's hospital charity, whatever it is, which makes sense. You know, it's an incentive to get funds through to donate extra money to the fundraiser and stuff like that. Typical collectible items and stuff like shit like that. People are going around buying multiples of them and then trying to resell them for a minimum of $70. It's just like you're buying. Okay, yeah, you're giving your $20 to these people for charity, but then you're trying to get $20 back that you donated to charity, which you could already claim back on tax for one if you wanted
Extra
to.
50.
Plus an extra 50 that's going into your pocket, not to charity. The whole point incentive is this is for charity. I would rather give the $70 to the charity and get a pop vinyl, and then give the $70 to a person because I want the pop.
I would have. No, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I would have got the 70 and bought a few more pop vinyls.
Like that's exactly it. Like put it back into or
buy 3 more pop vinyls and then just do a repeat. Just keep
or
giving money,
if I was to buy it and sell them off, I would take the money and then donate that money to the charity. But these people are going to take the money.
Pop vinyls because at least you know they're going to get it.
But there was one I saw that someone was selling 4 of them, 4 of the Diamond Series pop vinyls for $350 on eBay. It's like you're asked like they're $20 pop vinyls or $25 pop vinyls that are. I think it was 25. I think it was whatever. It might have been 30. But either way, that money is going to the charity. You're now selling that pop for yourself to put in your own pocket. That's money that was designed to go to charity to help kids that are sick and ill. You're taking that money away from sick, ill children. Where is the moral in this? It's disgusting.
There is none.
It's disgusting. Like, I can understand having any other pop vinyl, buying it from a store and being a collector and then trying to sell that for an extra price.
Scalping is wrong.
Scalping.
Stop.
It's scalping. It's basically scalping
If you
in a way.
scalp, you're a dick.
But scalping even more in this sense where the money is going to a charity.
Oh, yeah.
This is
that's
taking
that's
away,
a bit
unless
dirty.
you're going to take that money and give it back to the charity with a profit.
Well, they're guaranteed not because
but they're not.
making $300 off.
Like this person went around and got 4 different pops. Some people can't even find them, which a lot of people just, of course, are trying to do the same thing. Like I buy these things, like I buy pops, but like I bought some of these special ones to help out charities. Like we bought the bushfire one because we wanted to help out and donate to the bushfire appeal.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, we'll give take kind of thing. We'll help out that way. So we did that, and it's like same as like I would like to get a Ronald McDonald one to donate to the hospital, the children's hospital for the children. You know, the incentive behind it, like not just because I can get this and I can resell it, like. I don't even like Ronald McDonald like as a pop. I wouldn't even like I want to do it. So it's like, hey, I've helped out. You know, it's an incentive.
Charity,
that's exactly it. And it's like, and some places you can't even find. Like I can't even find it. But like that's the only reason I want to get one. Like I don't even care that I would have it. Like I don't like it's Ronald McFucking Like it means nothing. But that's.
I mean,
but
it's
some
not
people
even a collection. It's just a diamond. I mean,
it's a diamond series
itself.
It looks cool, and it's also for the 50th anniversary as well. 50 years of McDonald's as well.
Is that what's going around too?
But it's I think that's why the big. But the thing is, it's not just a pop to sell for pop. It's for charity. That's the biggest thing that's irking me the most. If it's just them selling a pop for whatever reason because they want to sell a pop,
yeah,
okay, that's fine.
Know that too, and
like that's fine. If they wanted to sell a pop, that's fine. They could happily sell a pop if they want to sell a pop. But the fact that the proceeds go to charity, that's the one thing that irks me the most.
Just buy one.
That's the one thing. That's exactly it. And that's what irks me the most is people are buying these and selling them for profit. These are designed for charity. It's like the socks. They're designed for charity. That's why I buy them. Like KFC, like I buy the pins because they're for charity. They go back into the cycle of helping the whatever donationable charity they work with. Like that's all for helping the charities. Like when it comes to that, don't be a fucking douchebag for charities. That's fucking wrong. Like I fucking it's feral. It's feral. Like, and I hate when it comes to disadvantaging from charities and these.
Right?
Like, that's sick kids that could be getting extra funds. Like, I know already the businesses, half the big
Well,
companies nowadays is
that
already
extra
taking them.
$70 could have went to him, like,
Yeah.
and that could have done something.
Like, I know it's hard because they say, oh, most of it goes to proceeds. I know that sometimes companies take the money, but how else are you going to help out and give money to them? Like, it's
Well,
hard.
being from McDonald's, they would donate that straight to him.
They do it. They do it all the time. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just wrong. It's just fucked. It's just really pissed me off.
especially kids.
It's just yeah.
Like, come on, man.
And the fact
Jeez.
that they're toys as well. They're toys designed for kids. They're pop vinyls. They're toys. Like, what are grown adults doing? What the
Take
fuck are you
that
doing?
back.
Like, hey,
Take that back.
take
They're
that
not
back.
toys.
You got your pop vinyls.
They're not toys.
Where's your toy pop vinyl?
Oh,
Which one are you talking about?
you can't. You can't.
No, I have a whole stack of them. Oh yeah. I mean, I buy them as well. They're toys.
Only got 3. Leave me
You
alone.
see my shelf? I've got like 200 of them. I actually have an account. I need to actually properly set them up.
I got 3.
You have 3.
Buzz Lightyear, Joker, and Superman.
You got Buzz Lightyear. No.
I think. Yeah.
Do you know how hard he is to find?
And this one. I'm being serious.
No. I don't think I can find that
And
one.
a glow in the dark Superman. Says, "Eh."
Oh, that's cool. Only reason I say that is because I want the Toy Story ones for Jack.
You can't find. Well, this was like $5
That's pretty good.
from EB.
Oh, can you still find him online?
I mean, I only found that was on sale, so maybe not.
Might be able to still get him.
He was on a sale bin, not on it because he got.
Oh yeah,
I got
no,
him shipped.
I can find. Oh yeah, I might get him. I might get him for Jack.
Yeah.
Found it on Catch. I can get the Toy Story 4 Buzz Lightyear, the one that you've got from Catch for $17.95. Okay, cool. I want to
Get
get
the protector with it.
I want to get some for Jack. I'll just get it for Jack because he likes playing with them. But it's Toy Story.
I want to get the box of them because that's cheap. But I don't want to get doubles because you get a double eventually.
Well, you know what you're getting when you're buying them all.
Get the box of like what 12 of them or something, whatever it is.
Oh, the mystery
6,
boxes.
12, whatever it is.
You should
the little ones.
You should do the mystery boxes, man. They're pretty cool.
I mean, that's one way I would get them cheaper.
Oh, he's gone up in price. He's $35 from Catch.
Oh, what have I started?
Funko Pop Toy Story 4 Woody vinyl is $35. He's gone up in price. I do want to get him for Jack though.
Yeah.
That's the
What
only
about
reason.
what about Max?
He doesn't need him yet. So I like getting some of these for Jack. So. But yeah. So I got a whole bunch there. Anything else you got?
Sneeze. I was looking.
Stitchinucci's, I'll say just that typical again. Jane and Silent Bob movie's still been going through production, so there's a little set photos still coming out on that.
I watched that reboot one. What was it?
Jane and Silent Bob's reboot. Kevin Smith's not
That's-
Jane and Silent Bob, it's Clerks 3.
That was a good fucking
Christmas.
movie. That was.
It's not too bad. It's a
Weird.
cool little. That's kind of funny because it's a reboot of, it's like the same narrative as Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like it's the base narrative, but like redone. Like it's kind of cool. It's a whole reboot, sequel, remaster, whatever, mumbo jumbo.
I just don't get what the God thing was. What was it? Alanis Morissette is God.
Yeah,
I looked her up and I'm like, why is she God?
yeah. It's always been a thing.
Why's she God?
She was in Dogma as God. Yeah.
Everyone in Discord in like Batman and that's like, yeah, she's pretty hot. I'm like, how's she God? And then it's like she only just hit she hit the hotness branch was the last branch on the way down. She got that little bit of hotness. I was like, oh, that's mean. But like Alan Ross said, is God. What? I didn't get it until I googled and went, That movie was weird though.
Yeah,
It ended weird. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Um. Also, oh, was it? Rocket League Season 4 is now out, which the car's cool. The Outlaw. Did you see the skull explosion? The pew pew guns.
Yeah, I saw that.
How cool is that?
Pretty good. I'm waiting for. There's a few
Um,
bugs at the moment too with the game. I don't know if they patched it yet.
I think they have. The servers were super laggy.
There was server lags. There was server drops where the game would just crash on you. And then there was that
I
rank.
didn't have that, but I had the laggy like 200 ping. I'm like,
And then there's that ranking glitch as well. I don't know if they've patched that yet as well.
nope. I was
Still
playing
broken.
Brews earlier. I'm on my third game ranked.
It's
My-
saying
my
it
third
says it's
placement,
unranked and so
and I'm still Diamond 3.
yeah. It's so broken. So I'm waiting to hold out because
I'm
they've
gonna
done
keep playing.
because they've done it different this time. Because apparently they were supposed to actually run them sync at the exact same time now. They're trying. Apparently they want to actually remember how they like always said they were meant to be delayed. Like they did the pass starts, then the season starts at a
Oh, they're
different
doing it
time.
from the start.
Apparently now
They
they're
fucked it up.
they're actually trying to do it from the get go now, so it's even for people, so they don't
They did it
stop
worse.
confusing. And now they've
They
done
should've
it, but
just
it's
the old
broken.
way and then done it next time.
I know. So whatever they've done, they
Also-
tried doing something. But yeah.
Hey,
No, they tried doing something new, but it fucked up.
majorly, because I'm still not even ranking. I'm still ranking. Like I'm almost champion twos, but I haven't got my placement yet.
It gives you placement breaks out to Super Champ.
Ooh, that wouldn't be bad. What was it? Fuck, what was it? Hang on, I'm trying to think of it. No, I had it. Fuck, what was? I can't remember what it was. Nothing.
Nothing, it's
Ah.
gone. And it's
I
gone.
had it.
That's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to cut myself so you could keep going with it. And I was like, no, don't you like what you're gonna say? I'm like, no, because you're gonna forget it.
Also, did you know it's Scream's 25th anniversary this year?
Scream.
25th.
Wow.
And they're coming out with a 4K version of it.
That is a
comes
pretty
out
old
October
movie.
19th.
That's forever ago.
25 years though, that's insane.
Well,
Still as old as I am.
yesterday and then today for some people, depending where you are, was Friday the 13th.
Yes. That's creepy, isn't it? Nothing bad
I
happened
got to wear my Pickle the 13th shirt.
I
And I was like, I forgot to post it and plug it, but I was like, I'm wearing this.
Think of that though, I can't wait to wear my friggin' 1 year anniversary, walk around the supermarket here and have my face on my...
Well, you have both the shirts with your face on it, but one's more prominent.
I mean, people will be able to tell by the thing, because it'll say Beardy as well. And like,
Yeah.
it's not Mario.
It's actually your face, so
So-
people are like, wait, what?
Yeah, that fucking side pack, I'll be standing there just like... and
It's
you
like,
have
wait,
the
are
same
you
fucking
famous? Are you famous?
Yeah. On in-rank Beardy Bros cards, just...
I am 31 subscribers.
I need to... Hey, that's not the number.
No, it's just like that's the problem though, because everyone follows numbers. It's like you look at like anything you try to validate for like classify as like a content
Because
creator or
we can
something.
have 31 subs, so we get way more... Like, we get in the 50s watching, so...
We can do, yeah. We have reviews catch up after.
What's
a while.
that? What does that say? We're
It just
watchable.
depends. It depends on the week or when people are coming by and watching. Just depends.
Like, when I put that tweet out, and it just went, like, from, like, 10 to 50, it's like... Ooh.
It is hard sometimes for the weeks, but it's like it's just trying to remind people like we are there. Click the bell icon. So remember, you're getting this far through, which you haven't. Click the bell. I need to make a little intro. I need to make a little.
We've
thing
gone
for the
2
start.
hours, Des. I just realised.
I know. That's why I was trying to get through it and start wrapping it up.
Like an hour ago. Whoops.
Well, at least half
Or
an hour ago.
ago.
Yeah, I was trying to get through everything, but we get it happens. It happens.
Yeah, but I mean, Scream 5th anniversary, 4K Blu-ray, October 19th, which is not far off. And also, there's a game I checked out, Faith of Dance Chant. Dance Chant? I don't know.
No, we
Yeah,
don't need it. We don't need it. Move on.
Oh, Hades is out now on PS and Xbox.
All right, we heard about it. We don't need to move on.
My copy comes Monday, hopefully.
That's all right
I
then.
want to play Hades. I wanted to play it for ages, but I was only on PC and then Switch. I'm like, I want it for Switch.
No.
No offense to Nintendo, but It's not a comfortable fucking finger hold.
What should we call
You
this
get
episode?
hand cramps trying to hold that fucking thing because you're like that. You're like you gotta try and support it while holding the. It's not made well.
What is this episode? What are we talking about? I can't remember what we talked about. It's the same episode.
Brews,
Booze.
GTA, stuff like that. Notes, Dad. That's why you have newts.
It's like the same episode. I've forgotten what we talked about. I
We
just
have newts.
free guy. I'm just gonna think of
Free
thumbnail.
guy.
I need to make more thumbnails.
Put,
I'm really-
put our heads on free guy, the big guy.
Just have us. Just have us hanging out with Ryan Reynolds in the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, like the three on the couch
Oh,
with
How-
with like the scorpion tank going past.
have us in the background of free guy. I don't know. Like I need to get some creative thumbnails. I
Put
need
us
to do
on
more.
the scorpion tank. Like have like the dude there, then have us behind
Oh, God.
with like our with like our beardy punk. Like just stand up there going,
Stand there with
right? As red and blue. Oh,
always need some thumbnails.
we could be the red or blue peoples.
red or blue peoples.
The red and blue. I don't know what the fuck they're called. I never watched it. I did, but I
Red
didn't.
team, blue team.
Yeah, red and blue.
It's
red
the
and
same
blue
thing.
people.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like it's not red people, blue. It's red team, blue team. It's
Yeah,
the
red
same
and
difference.
Blue people. That's what.
Same difference.
There's red team, blue team on Blood Gulch.
Blood Gulch.
Was it always Blood Gulch? Was it on every episode? Like they could
Pretty
have
much.
changed map.
They did
Could've changed
eventually,
that.
but it was always on Blood Gulch. They always that's one thing. The whole point was them there, and then they tried to figure out how to get out of there, and they finally left it. It was weird.
Just fly. You had banshees. You just fucking fly.
Oh, anyway, I think I think that's it, isn't it, for this week?
It is. I mean, we hit 2 hours over. To be fair, like 2 hours 20 nearly. But fuck, nearly 3 hours by ourselves.
Come on, brother.
That
Come on,
fact
brother.
doesn't help. But I mean, yeah, as always, thanks for listening on episode 33. Jesus.
33, yeah, I know, right?
Nearly end of the. Only like 20 episodes left of this year.
19.
19, yeah, because 52. No, 53 because we got that. Remember that
Rollover?
extra one in Jan. We had 5 episodes in January. But as always, we've been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week with some more. Episode 34. Bye.
Cook this man some fucking eggs!
You're not coming through.
Cook this man some... Shut the fuck up.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye! Shut the fuck up.
I did that on sauce this morning. It was like, oh, bye-bye.
Oh, I've been rubbing off.
Guess that it cut out. It
Oh, God.
was perfect timing.